Opie and Anthony on satellite radio. Host Anthony Cumia and Greg Opie here.
Controversial team.
Comment profanity list Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony apologizing for yet another raunchy gag. The Opie and Anthony show.
Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
Disturbed and deviant.
There's nothing I enjoy more than drunken teen girls.
The history of misogynistic behavior.
The home of incest and anal sex.
I mean, it's crazy. I am a fucking lunatic.
Shocking.
I love it.
What a freak show. What a Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey freak show.
Best of our abilities. We'll try really hard every day.
What are we going to do? Best of our abilities or a good show?
This is what the show is. It's silly, it's stupid, whatever you want to call it. Listen to it and like it or don't.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning.
That's funny. Glad I slipped that one in before the mic got hit.
How come my luggage has footprints on it in the closet? Long story.
Very long story.
Shit.
We were talking about fake Journey, Steven Tyler.
Yep.
Oprah. We already did a little mini radio show.
Oprah, like we said, we should tape it, and that way we have some material if we just want to sit back and jerk off.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Does everything sound loud today?
Let me see.
Let me try that. All right.
Oh, wow. It's low now.
Really?
Now I'm way low.
How about that?
My headphones are a little low.
This
Do I have a separate
or this?
headphone
This
thing?
or this? This
HP,
or this?
HP.
This or this?
HP up.
This?
Yeah.
This?
Up.
I'm playing fucking ear doctor, you asshole.
Oh.
This or this?
I'll raise my hand.
All right, this or this? This? All right, try this now.
All right, that's good.
All right, right there.
Yes.
Please tell your fake Journey story, man.
Oh, yeah, well, buddy of mine and my brother actually used to be in the band. It's called Evolution.
I know
And,
the man pretty well, too.
It's got Hugo, my buddy Hugo.
We've played
in there.
Hugo stuff on our show.
Oh, yeah. And Hugo, for years, I mean, since like 1982, has looked and sounded exactly like Steve Perry from Journey.
And when you say exact, you mean exact.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
And he, as Steve Perry got older, Hugo really doesn't look older than he did back then. It's weird as shit. Still got the long straight hair, fucking, just looks like the guy.
Right.
So they got this offer to do this gig, where the guy putting the gig on said, just roll up, go on, play, don't say anything or anything, and then just leave, and I'll pay you. So they're like, yeah, it sounds like a great gig. Fuck it, I'll do that. So they do it, do the gig, leave. Then they didn't know that this guy, the promoter, had never said it wasn't Journey. And he had up pictures of, like, Journey's album covers and shit, nothing saying it was a tribute band or anything. So it turns out it got back to Neil Schon from Journey, guitar player. And he calls up Stephen Perry and goes, what the fuck are you doing? You're playing out and saying it's Journey, and because this big thing got started that, oh my God, Steven Tyler's back, Stephen Perry is back with Journey.
Right.
Because spitting image of fucking Steve Perry on stage, they're playing the songs to a T, and rumor got around that, and got back to Neil Schon that, they actually were playing together again, which would never happen. They fucking despise each other. So he called him up and said, what the fuck are you doing? And Steve Perry's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't, I didn't gig. I didn't do anything, especially under the Journey name and everything like that. So they found out who it was, and it turned out to be Evolution.
Hugo's band.
Yeah, so Neil Schon actually gets on the phone and calls the guitarist from
So Neil
Evolution.
Schon calls the fake Neil Schon?
The fake Neil Schon, and just starts yelling at him.
Oh, my
saying,
God.
"You motherfucker, what are you doing?
Motherfucker?
You're not allowed to do this." He motherfucked them. And then the lawyers got involved. And if you look, their logo, Evolution, is directly off the Evolution album cover.
Right. Well, not anymore.
Is that temporary page under construction? See, look, they motherfucked him so bad.
The lawyers shut him down.
They made him pull everything, and they said for every gig you do and the songs you play, we're taking, I think it was 10 or 15% of whatever they earn and has to go to fucking Journey.
Are they allowed to do that now?
Who the
With the cover bands and the tribute bands?
Who knows? But if you're going out there like that, I guess as a tribute band, I don't know what the whole thing is.
I wonder if the legal thing was they said 10% or we sue you, and then you have to litigate
everyone.
But then you got to litigate against Journey, who has a lot more fucking money than you
they
do,
probably
and
got
you
a lot more
chance
cash.
on losing everything. They might have agreed on that.
The perfect solution to this would be if Journey, now they got that Samoan guy, some Samoan guy, Tony Rakehara, Tony, and they got some Samoan guy.
Kid's fucking good,
Who's
man.
really good, but there have been problems out on the road with him as far as
How do you know this?
I hear things. Problems like with his voice burning out after a few shows.
Wow.
He doesn't have that longevity of being able to hit those crazy notes
Night after
that
night.
Steve Perry did. Just go out there and fucking blast these things out. Journey should fucking hire Hugo as the front man. People would be shitting their pants.
He's your friend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we go way back with them.
Oh, you know him too?
Oh,
Yeah, when I
fuck
was
yeah,
just a
years
fucking BAB guy doing nighttime radio, I would interview him because he was in bands that were almost making it.
Yeah,
Hugo-
find a Hugo. Is that you? Wait. Who is that? Fucking Hugo?
I don't know.
Or is that Steve Perry?
I can't tell.
That's what's showing up for Hugo.
All right, now there's another picture next to that. That one that says Hugo.
I'm gonna have to blow this one up a little bit.
It's like the same. I don't get.
I'll find one.
Well,
like
no-
I can't. He's my fucking friend, dude.
And you can't tell
And
if it's-
I can't tell because there's some poses where he does this. He does all the moves that Stephen Perry did.
Yeah, he's got Perry's moves down. Know what they should do is just...
That's Hugo, yeah. All right,
the fuck outta here.
That's fucking Hugo. That's not Steve Perry.
Is he fatter than Steve Perry by a few pounds?
No, he's singing when he sings, like he gets that Steve Perry like thing comes out on
okay.
his
You know, when you
jowls a little
when you
bit.
push your chin back to get into a picture.
To get the but that's how Stephen Perry sang. Pop up Stephen Perry from like the 70s.
No,
Late
yes.
70s.
Steve Perry, they hate each other's guts. Why don't they just get back together?
Maybe Steve Perry can't hit these
They
notes
hate
anymore.
each other.
Oh, they do.
They hate
Yes,
each other.
Steve Perry moved
And then
on from that
that's
band
Steve
years
Perry.
ago.
Dude, it's uncanny. Look, that's Steve Perry.
Why doesn't
with a long neck? Jesus,
He
what a
looks
creep!
like Hugo.
Why doesn't the current Journey just hire a lot of different Stephen Perrys, or at least two?
Like
where's that
Joe
guy
does
from?
with 2U, just
Yeah.
franchise the whole fucking thing.
The one kid is from
All right, that's Steve Perry.
I don't know. Okay,
All right, that's Steve Perry. But
Oh, the
just fact
Philippines.
that yeah.
The new singer's from the Philippines,
Oh,
and
is
then
he?
you get Hugo from Long Island. It would be a nice combination.
Just
And they
because
could switch off the gigs.
it's like just because they got fucking a singer that looks like him and everything and shit. Just leave him alone. What are they doing?
Wow.
What's it hurt?
Did he explain that they didn't know that they were being billed as
Oh, they didn't know. They didn't
Stephen
know.
Perry's version of Journey?
They were just like, oh, what? So when the Neil Schon called the guitarist, he's like, what? He goes, what? He goes, yeah, there's fucking rumors that Steve Perry is back with Journey. He goes, that isn't true. What are you guys trying to do? Are you trying, like, he thought they were trying to build themselves as Journey and bamboozle people.
Amazing.
And, yeah, that's a little bit of drama going on in the musical
In the
mayhem
tribute
that
band
is
world.
Journey
The
and
tribute band world.
So, yeah, their website is under construction.
Oh, man, they shut him down. They
It's
shut him down with
fucked
that
up.
Journey, with that Don't Stop Believing money.
Don't stop believing money.
That Don't Stop Believing money goes a long way.
Fucking A.
Poor Hugo, man. Struggling musician who's really talented. Really talented.
Yeah. He's had a few solo things going under some major labels. A lot of his songs are featured in Killed the babysitter. What was that one? Don't tell mom we killed the babysitter.
Oh, really?
Don't tell mom the babysitter's dead.
Right.
Christina Applegate.
Yeah, Christina Applegate.
You did some of the music for that?
Yeah. You could hear his.
That's pretty cool.
His music in that.
What was the name of his band he was pushing back in?
Valentine.
Valentine. That's right.
Yeah, Valentine.
I interviewed him at BAB, and he goes, last year this time I was mowing the lawn outside BAB. That was my gig. I was a landscaper. Now I'm inside, and you're interviewing me for my band.
Yeah, that was.
And I guess he had some European success and whatnot.
Yeah. You know, they always do that.
There he is. There's Hugo.
That's Hugo now. God, who's the creepy?
Bob Kelly.
All right.
Shit, yeah, that's the
And
topsy-turvy world
you know
of rock and roll.
Speaking of music, we'll throw this in. It's real quick. But Steven Tyler supposedly, we kind of talked about this a little bit yesterday. Supposedly he's quit Aerosmith. I read a whole article on Rolling Stone. And Steve Perry,
Joe Perry.
Jesus, this is going to be a nightmare.
So, with Steven Tyler,
Right.
Steve Perry, and Joe Perry,
Right.
when you talk about the three of them, you just fuck.
Oh, my God.
So figure it out.
Joe Perry, right? Yeah. Joe Perry's basically saying, yeah, we're looking for a new singer.
You
He's
think
not
they're doing
saying
the
that
same
Steven
thing?
Tyler has left the band, but he's saying it wouldn't be the worst thing to look around for a singer that could do some gigging.
He twittered it, and Steven, they said they've been fighting they had to end the tour because he broke his shoulder. Steven Tyler off the stage, and nobody went to the hospital with him. Like I think they're starting to hate his guts after 40 years.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
problem is, I think they were talking to Brad Whitford, and he said that the band doesn't even talk to Steven Tyler. It's one of those things
Brad Delp?
Brad.
Oh, wait, what? Who?
Didn't Brad Delp sleep with the fucking barbecue?
I have no idea.
Which
Yes,
one
of
slept
course
with
he
the
does.
barbecue? Brad
Yeah,
Delp?
that was Brad Delp.
All right, we're all over the place now. They said that they don't even have contact they haven't had contact with Steven Tyler in years, even though they gigged together and all that. It's like kind of like the Scott Weiland thing that we checked out that one time, where they're separate entities. It's Steven Tyler and the rest of them, according to I think it was Brad said this in an article in Rolling Stone magazine.
I would put it to a Joe Perry, if they're looking for a fucking singer. They should just comb the tribute band circuit. There are some really good fucking Steven Tylers out there that sound and look like him. So fuck it. Why wouldn't you do that?
I'll tell you why nobody wants to see that right now, because they're still seen as a band. That only works after, say, 5 or 10 years of being broken up.
You think?
Yeah, nobody wants to see fucking those guys with a fake Steven Tyler.
But if it sounds...
Hold on a minute. Aerosmith's they haven't had a new album in...
That's true.
When was Just Push Play? I think it was the last album they did, right?
And a lot of
that was
people
about 2001, 2002.
Yeah. And a lot of people are pissed when they go see him that they play those stupid fucking songs from Armageddon and all that
Let me tell you
shit.
what that's about. I did a whole fucking research project yesterday.
What's Armageddon? First of all, I don't know what that is.
The movie Armageddon?
Basically,
you never saw that one?
Yeah,
Bruce
sure.
Willis.
They're arguing about the direction of the band. Steven Tyler wants to continue down the Armageddon more poppy music, so like mainstream type of songs.
Yeah.
And Mr. Perry there wants to stick with their roots, and keep it bluesy.
So
keep it bluesy and dirty like they used to do.
But if you get like a tribute band, Steven Tyler, you put him out there, and now you can do whatever the fuck you want, because you have you could tell him, suck our dicks after the show, and he'd probably fucking do it. And then you could just train him to be the new fucking Steven Tyler.
Right. And
people would probably be psyched, like, all right, now we're seeing the kind of, Aerosmith we wanted to see. And
well, don't forget the success that Journey had with this new Filipino singer.
Yeah.
You don't think of some of these bands that have like a member in the band that has problems, they're not looking at Journey and how they succeeded?
Maybe
by
personality,
replacing a main member?
Voice problems, maybe they're looking like fucking Crypt Keepers or something like that. You go, get out, we're combing the fucking tribute band circuit.
The new Journey with this new singer, they were on Oprah.
Yeah.
Singing Don't Stop Believing.
Who the hell would have thunk it this
That's pretty
many years
fucking
later?
huge.
With a different guy. And
without that other guy whose name we don't know because it's all mixed up today.
I don't know.
Stephen Perry?
Steve
Perry, though. You can't say Steven.
Perry. Yeah. Stephen Perry's a director, I think. Steve Perry is, Yeah, like you'd think, all right, Journey could not continue without him. He had the voice, the fucking, he was the front man for the band.
Yeah.
And then they wind up being successful without him. So fuck it. Years later.
But the other thing, because, Joe Perry's saying a lot and Steven Tyler hasn't really talked yet, because those are the two main guys, obviously. They've written together and all that.
Yeah.
Steven Tyler's pissed because when he broke, what did he break?
Shoulder. I read it
I
was
think
his
he had
shoulder.
a couple injuries, though. I think he went down twice.
Oh.
And his shoes fell off. I can't start getting that out of my head.
Well, you said it's wonderful.
My ass neck.
What were the fucking injuries? I know there was a shoulder. I know he had a gash in his head.
Something about his head, neck, and chest area. I was burned.
Steven Tyler's claiming, because he had to say, I can't tour anymore.
Yeah.
And they had a whole summer of touring ahead of him. And I guess management said, and this is typical management, they wanted Steven Tyler to continue the tour. This is Steven Tyler saying this.
Oh, shit.
In a wheelchair.
Come on.
In a wheelchair.
You don't want, now that's
Can you
something
imagine?
you don't want to see as a fucking fan. Come
Are
on.
you kidding?
No, not as like a hardcore fan.
I would line up for tickets to
you're
see Steven Tyler in a wheelchair.
You're twisted. Would it be a special one with hydraulics so we could do those moves, those Steven Tyler sideways moves? Because he'd have fucking bandanas tied to it.
He's basically saying, I can't move. I'm fucked up. I can't continue this tour. And they basically insisted that he continues and that he uses a wheelchair.
Would they do, I can't walk this way?
Yeah. Here's the story on the possible ending of Aerosmith.
The sweet emotion of Aerosmith has turned sour as lead guitarist Joe Perry has confirmed frontman Steven Tyler has quit. Together for more than 40 years, Perry hasn't been able to connect with Tyler, saying he hasn't been 100% for a long time, and the legendary rock band may be looking for a new singer.
There you go.
Joe Perry is 59. Steve Tyler's 61 years old, man. That's a fucking 40-year collaboration. And then I think Perry's daughter, Steve Tyler's daughter, defended him on Twitter, and she's like,
Which one? The fat model?
Mia.
Oh, yeah.
Mia's
Yeah, the fat model.
Oh, she's the fat model?
Yeah, she's fat.
And she's like, look, they're in their 60s. Let them do what they want. I think she's probably,
in their 60s.
she's probably saying, like, if my dad wanted to do solo shit,
They're
let
old
it go.
men. Leave them alone.
Yeah, it's fucking dead.
What else are they supposed to do?
If those
Yes,
guys don't
she
have
is.
money saved.
Look at that fatty. Ugh. Oh, my
She's not
God.
that bad. I'm telling you, I'm not big on fat people. She looks like Aleister Crowley.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah, she's a little meaty.
Oh, man.
You probably drunk, you take that home.
Who does she look like?
Steven Tyler.
There you go. No, she looks like fucking, she looks like Pyle from Full Metal Jacket.
Holy shit, with long black hair.
Block her face out in that picture. She looks like fucking Leonard Lawrence.
Oh, shit, it's Leonard Lawrence.
Hey, here's a guy that saw Evolution. Let me see what this is about.
Oh.
Let's go to St. Louis. Good old St. Louis. Tom, what's going on?
Not too much. I saw Evolution about a year ago in a place called House of Rock, and they actually advertised that it was a tribute band. When did all this go on?
Yeah, that was, a year ago, of course. This was like a one-off. This was one time they just had a promoter tell them, come in, we're gonna, fly and then bus you guys in, play this gig, and then just leave. Like, they didn't have to do anything but play. So they didn't know it had been set up where the guy didn't exactly say it was Journey, but he didn't say it wasn't, and then rumors were leaked out and shit like that to the point where it got back to Neil Sean, who was like...
That's unbelievable.
So it got back to Neil Young, who... Oh, wait a minute.
You sure Hugo didn't know? He's a smart dude.
You know something? I don't know. That's just the story.
He must have thought something was amiss.
That's a story I heard from a very reliable source.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, 'cause the same thing kind of went on with a band called Cemetery Gates out of Peoria, Illinois. Pantera bashed the hell out of them.
Really?
That was about, I want to say 6-7 months ago.
We were playing, I used to do, actually lights and backup vocals, because Journey's very, harmonic band. And, of course, Hugo could sing, and my brother could sing, but that was pretty much it in the band. And they needed massive 3-part harmonies to do the gig, and it wasn't like nowadays where you could just digitally fucking pop it in. So I did the lights for the band, but I also had a headset mic on, and I would do the third harmony on the songs. This was back, back in the old days, in the 80s. And So we were doing a gig upstate. Can't remember where the fuck it was, but we went out that night, and there was a buzz around because of Hugo that Journey was playing this gig. It was an intimate, small gig like that. So we actually went to this roller rink just to hang out, have a few beers, and put some skates on and do some drunk roller skating to laugh.
Yeah.
And we got fucking like mobbed to the point where I was like, wow, this is cool. Some girl comes over and asks me to go out on a little moonlight skate with her, and I was like, well, I can't skate very well. She goes, oh, I'll hold you. So she's holding me, and then we were back at the club just fucking making out in the fucking band car. Shit. And then my brother bangs on the door, and he's got some girl, and he's pissed that he can't use the car. And I was just like, fuck you. All of us wound up just leaving that skating rink with girls. And then she gives me a gold necklace. A gold chain before I left.
Right.
Because they thought we were fucking Journey.
Right.
They thought I had a big afro. I could have been Neil Sean. Who knows?
That's awesome.
We go back home, and I wound up giving the gold chain to my girlfriend as a present. What a scumbag.
What do you mean? What a genius. What a different take I had.
Oh, it was different times back then. Different times.
Back then in your 30s.
In my 30s, fuck you. I was in my very, very youthful late teens, early 20s.
Damn, very good. All right, let's go to Brian in Illinois. Brian.
Hey, what about
It's a
Brian
Count Basie
Johnson?
cover band.
AC/DC with Brian Johnson.
Yeah, taking over for Bon Scott.
Yeah, they did pretty well.
It's also not a cover band, and Bon Scott was dead. It's like when a guy dies, it's like when, Ozzy got kicked out of Sabbath, they went to Dio. Bon Scott died. There's a different mentality, especially when a guy dies. I mean, it's like the band is not trying to motherfuck you. It's like, hey, look, it's either the end of things for good,
right,
or we continue.
Yeah. You look at something like The Who. Jesus Christ!
But they did get the voice pretty good.
He wasn't doing, but Brian Johnson was not doing a Bon Scott impression at all. He was having new material, and it was good material.
Yep, good stuff.
Well, I still prefer Bon Scott. I mean, I'll talk to anybody at Buddy Booth about that.
I bet you will.
Thank you, Brian. What has anyone even heard Steve Perry? Can he sing as good as the new lead singer of Journey?
I've heard
Cornell, I think his name is.
Oh Jesus! Thanks for that image there.
Thanks for the cock shot.
What a cock shot!
A Bon Scott.
Yeah,
that's Bon Scott.
Yeah,
wearing tight, ridiculous tight jeans and no shirt, and he has a fucking a softball in his pants.
He's all bagged, that kid.
That's all bag. There's nothing on the other side of the zipper. What's that about? He's got one big fucking ball and nothing on the other side of the zipper.
Complete defensive shift.
Right.
I haven't heard any Steve Perry shit of late. Is there anything? Did he release
he would have
anything
been out
lately,
there doing
or
something.
Is there anything live of
I
him
bet
on
he
YouTube?
just doesn't sound
or
that good anymore.
I've heard that, yeah, he was losing his pipes. I mean, but
probably,
he's no kid
and
anymore.
that's probably why he's not really fighting the whole Journey thing.
Maybe.
Who the fuck knows? Let's go to Dan in Knoxville. Dan.
Hey, you guys.
Hey.
Man, I haven't heard anybody comment. I keep hearing about Journey. I listened to Journey back before Perry even came along, with the keyboard player, was the lead singer.
Yep.
Oh, that's rock and roll music there. It just kind of went like bubblegum pop, like when Perry took over. Yeah.
You're right. But I think when the keyboard player, what the fuck was his name back then? I don't even know. But when he was singing and then Steve Perry was doing backups.
Oh, that was great.
That was really fucking good.
All right,
and then
wait a minute, wait.
What was that? Same Way?
Wait, when the keyboardist was singing for Journey, did they have a hit song on the radio?
Yeah.
Two of them.
Which ones?
That was great.
That's the same way.
Right.
That's the Same Way You Love Me. That's the same way.
That's one of them. Yeah.
And what's the other one, Dan? You know?
Oh God, that's the one.
Or just the Same Way.
There's
Yeah.
one more.
Greg Raleigh. That was his name.
Oh, good old Greg Raleigh.
Greg Raleigh.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, when the both of them were singing together, I got to admit that was really great.
Play a little of Just the Same Way.
Is the original singer?
Yeah, this is the different singer, and then Steve Perry. Okay, you can shut up now, thank you.
God, I can't.
And you can tell he doesn't have the range that Steve Perry has, but he sounds good, and then Steve Perry kicks in. And that's Greg Raleigh.
Yeah, holy crap. I don't think I ever knew this.
And then you can absolutely tell when Perry kicks in. And when he did, the crowd went bullshit. They just knew that he was the guy. good.
You knew that was going to be the guy.
And then he takes over a verse.
What was Steve Perry doing for the band at this point?
I don't know.
Like backup vocals and a fucking tambourine.
Well, they pushed him out front and center, huh?
Yeah, they just knew from the... I think the crowd reaction was ridiculous, because there's a part in this song where he just, like, completely comes up front and takes the song over and owns it.
I didn't know that. I don't think I knew this. What was the other song?
I don't know what the other song was. You know, faggy, but
yeah,
what are you gonna do? Back. For some reason, there are some really fag-ass songs that were considered fucking rock back in the 70s. You would listen to it with your friends. There was no way you were fucking faggot listening music, motherfucker. But you listen now and go, those are some faggy-ass songs that we were like rocking.
There are a lot of REO Speedwagon fans out there.
Not many admit it these days.
No, not many of you guys are going to admit it now, are you? Journey, it's kind of easy to still admit that.
Number one fag song that rocked, Riding the Storm Out. That's from Kevin from Connecticut.
Holy shit.
Dude,
I'm in.
You would play it and
fag songs
it.
that rock.
Dude, fag songs that rock.
What makes it a fag song?
They rocked. They're just now, if you listen to it, you go, I wouldn't fucking play this in front of my friends because they think I'm a faggot. But back then, you cranked it and your friends are like, yeah, fucking... And not faggy rock guys. You are fucking hardcore rock guys listening to this fag shit.
I smell bit. Let's go.
Come on, here we go.
Fuck Freedom Rock.
Play a little of that one.
Fag songs that rock.
Play a little of that one.
Let's go to Mike in Boston.
Was that REO?
Mike in Boston, go ahead, real fast.
Good morning, boys.
Hey, Mike.
Things. One, there is a tribute band in Boston called Draw the Line, and the lead singer puts the scarf on the microphone. He's got the big lips, and he's real skinny.
He's good.
Just like Steven Tyler.
Saw them, yeah, we saw them. Really fucking good.
You did?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, can we get it?
Do you guys remember the awful time when Motley Crue tried going on without Vince Neil, and they had a album and tour that both bombed with some lead singer, but nobody can remember his name, can they?
No. It doesn't work usually. You know, that's why the Journey thing is really pretty unbelievable.
I want to hear a little Riding the Storm Out.
Thank you, Mike.
Because I need...
Yeah.
Here's a memory of what used to be considered...
fag songs that rock.
Dude, you sit there and go, yeah, listen to the guitar, man.
Riding the storm out, waiting for the thaw out.
Waiting for the thaw out.
Who sings this?
REO.
REO Speedwagon. And you're like, you can't even say REO Speedwagon without thinking fag. The big fucking chorus. Here it comes. Listen to that. You'd crank this and be like, I am rocking.
No, you wouldn't.
In the storm out. Come on, everybody. I'm in my 69 Nova, drinking beers with my dirtbag friends, thinking we're going to get chicks with 5 guys with hard-ons driving around. Where are 5 girls that are going to fuck us?
How are we going to...
Blasting REO out the open windows.
You can barely take care of your own hard-on. Now you got to take care of your friend's hard-on, too.
5 guys.
It's like, how are we going to get all our hard-ons sucked?
Just broke off our asses. We all end up at one of our houses, wonder why we didn't get chicks.
Playing cards, you bunch of drunks.
Yes. Almost.
Oh, God.
How funny is that? 5 guys thinking you're going to meet chicks in a shit car.
And it's like, somebody always had the idea, yeah, no, go to the school. We'll go behind the school where people drink. And then you wind up getting out of the car, you go there. Like there's 2 more guys waiting for chicks. Right. Now you're 7. It's like a fucking zombie movie. You just keep picking people up along the way.
So they're there, you're there, so you're like, what the fuck? Let's suck each other's dicks.
You know, you kid, but...
You kids. There were so many places that you'd go to hope to find, and maybe you'd find like 1 or 2 girls that were your friends, and the vultures would just swoop in on them. And they're not looking to get laid. They're just looking for a free beer or some shit.
Well,
it was awful.
All right, let's move on. This is fun. The phones are lit. Fag songs that rock. Someone wrote, what the fuck did they write? Anything by Queen.
I still like Queen, though, man.
Queen was considered a very rocking fucking band.
How about this one? Fox on the Run.
Fox on the Run. Who was that?
Ace just redid that.
Really?
Did he?
Yeah.
Was Fox on the Run by Sweet?
I don't know the original. Do you have it?
Look at this. See?
If you got Fox on the Run, you remember this one, Ant. Fag songs that rock. Remember this? They all have to start with the...
It sounds like... It sounded like Cars.
Yeah.
Beginning of Cars. Oh, wow. A lot of keyboards. A lot of keyboards back then. Oh, yeah.
And the consistent banging of the drum.
This rock. Oh, yeah. Dude, this rocked.
Is this a fag song that rocked, though?
Yeah. Listen to this.
It wasn't a fag song when we were growing up.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? I don't mind this song. If this came on the radio, I wouldn't switch it off.
All right. This guy's got it really going. Brian in Philly, doing fag songs that rock.
Hey, good morning, Opie, Anthony, Jimmy.
Hey, buddy.
Good morning.
Fantasy by Aldo Nova.
Aldo Nova.
Would that be... We got to put a CD together and get a late-night commercial. Fag songs that rock.
That was on BAB, which was the home of rock and roll, so
it was the home.
It had to be.
Let's listen to a little Aldo Nova.
Aldo.
A little fantasy.
Here was the guitar, which made it rock. Come on. Who didn't air guitar to this? Aldo Nova.
People are trying to say Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper. Fuck no.
Blue Oyster Cult had their phase where they had a couple of hits and stuff, but their other shit rocked. ME262, stop it. They rocked.
Listen to this. It was cool when it came out. What do you think?
Yeah, this was bad.
Anytime a singer rhymes light with bright, it's an awful song.
But it rocked.
Yeah.
It rocked.
How about Radar Love? Would you consider that?
No, that rocked.
Yeah.
That still has a place in rock history.
I think? I don't know.
I still like it.
Yeah.
It's that... we're picking up the same exact song over and over here.
You know what it is, though? I think that had, like, the guy's voice was good. He had that gravelly, raspy thing. It didn't have any kind of hokey part in it. It wasn't really keyboard fill. That's just a rock song, I think.
Renegade.
Blue Oyster Cult, too, by the way. Songs that Buck Dharma sang were always the hits. And those are the ones that were a little faggy. The ones that Eric Bloom sang, which was the majority, that was 99% of the songs Eric Bloom sang. And those were the ones that rocked for the time.
I'm trying to think one of his songs. Psychic Wars, what the hell was it?
Godzilla was
he
one.
did Godzilla?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, all those.
He didn't do Burn It For You.
No. Burn It For You.
Right,
Another one that was,
how about Renegade by Styx?
Anything by Styx is fag rock. Anything by Styx. Because, dude,
here it is.
You didn't think this was fag.
Fag songs that rock. I could do the voiceover for this.
When you heard this come on the radio?
Yeah.
Cranked!
I still like it.
And you would roll the windows down, not feeling embarrassed.
No.
You look at the guy next to you in his piece of shit car and nod. Yeah.
Kevin from Connecticut's got the next one after we listen to this for a few more seconds.
You got to get the big rock part. It's got the rock scream, and then the big fucking rock intro.
But this is kind of faggy, right?
Faggy.
Right?
Yeah.
We don't mean fag like suck someone's dick.
Now
we've been using fag and faggot our whole lives and didn't know what homosexuality was about.
Rocking. But, you say you're listening to Styx because you want to rock.
Right.
People are going to smack you in your fruity face.
Yeah, this is a perfect example of fag songs that rock.
Yep.
Kevin from Connecticut's got. Where the fuck did it go now? Lunatic Fringe by Red Rider.
I gotta explain something that we're getting into an area with, and I think Aldo Nova fit into that. The 80s are a different story, I think. Mm-hmm. There was still fag songs that rocked by certain bands, but if you're looking at new wave and that kind of, like, punky thing that was going on.
Listen to the whistle.
I know. That's different than rock songs that are faggy.
Yeah, but this wasn't part of the new age thing, the new wave thing.
Like new wave pop.
No, not really.
Lunatic Fringe.
They sold us as a rock record when it came out.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. See, that's rock.
A lot of synthesizer.
But that's a rock fucking sound right there.
A lot of synth.
That's rock right there.
Yeah.
Les Allen goes, good job connecting with your younger demo. I'm 22. This blows.
We don't have a younger demo. Someday you'll look back at your music and think it was faggy.
What is this?
This is Red Rider, Lunatic Fringe.
I don't know if I've ever heard this.
This is a cool song, actually. Let's see, what other songs?
We're showing our fagdom. Prime example, thank you. Who's that? Not Kerger. I have no idea what your name is. Bryan Adams. Bryan Adams was considered rocking. And it's just fag music.
No, I won't give you Bryan Adams.
Yes.
No.
Horrible.
He's great.
Horrible.
Come on, you don't like Bryan Adams?
No. I hate Bryan Adams.
You don't?
Hate him.
Heaven's a good song.
It was good. No.
You ever hear him sing a cappella?
No.
It's very good on MTV Unplugged, yeah.
Someone could be talented, but it's still faggy.
I fucking, the Summer of '69 is a great tune.
No,
come on.
It's a story. I'm telling my story.
I love stories.
No, I hate them.
Where are we at with Billy Squire? Rape Kit's got the stroke. This is okay.
Now, this was supposed to rock. Now, you got to remember, we're talking about what rocked then, but now you play it, it's faggy. You can't blast this in your car and look at people and go, I'm rocking.
I'm rocking.
Back when this came out, you absolutely could.
But I never thought this was like one of those rockin' songs. Like I always thought Bryan Adams was a certain kind of like a softer rock. I never considered him anything but that.
This was supposed to rock. Bryan Adams
this was supposed to rock. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What about Flirting with Disaster, Molly Hatchet?
No, that's all right. That's genre.
What about Def Leppard, Love Bites?
Def Leppard was considered extremely rocking.
Yeah.
I put them more in the dated music category than fag now. Like, there's
Mr. Roboto.
Oh, Jesus. Pull out your copy.
That's a great one. Mr. Roboto.
Mr. Roboto.
I still like that song, too.
All right. You know something?
I don't think this was ever considered fucking rock.
No, this
now
was,
that I think about
this was after Styx started going, like, people started going, I don't think I can listen to Styx anymore.
This is the other definition of the word fag right here.
They're not rocking anymore.
No.
I have to stop telling people I listen to Styx.
Right.
Yeah, this is when they did that.
This is a fucking Broadway show. Who are you kidding?
Yeah, and I'm looking at some of the calls. Like Rob from Jersey is saying Danger Zone from Top Gun.
That was Europe, I believe.
That was what's his name? He did I'm All Right, Caddyshack and shit like that.
Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins.
I was thinking Final Countdown.
Dude,
Sorry,
Kenny Loggins, Bob Seger, those guys were considered rock guys.
Bob Seger, you could still crank up, and
Eric Bolton, Michael Bolton was a rock guy.
Michael Bolton.
No,
now you're crazy.
Early Michael Bolton was a rock guy.
Name one Michael Bolton song that was considered a rock song back in the day.
I can't name it, but I know there is one.
I don't think so.
Yes, you would listen to Michael Bolton and be
you
like,
failed on that one,
Michael Bolton's rocking. And then he went all fag.
I think you failed. Listen to this. This was never a rock song.
It's good, though. Modern Man. You say modern.
I'm a modern man. I've got a secret.
Yeah. What are you hiding?
It's a toe tapper.
My blood is boiling.
It's a fucking Broadway number, though.
It really is.
You can picture this whole thing on a stage.
This is where you might have started rolling your windows up and turning it down a little bit.
But I would always leave it on, but the windows wouldn't go up.
Rolled up a little.
Yeah, even though it's 100 degrees out and your AC is not working anymore.
You know Someone catches you singing and you make believe you're yawning.
Yeah. You know how you know that you're fucking finished when you're dating a much younger chick, which, let's be honest, we all understand that. And she hears something you kind of like, and she looks at you like, what the fuck is wrong
crap?
with you? And you're like, oh.
I always go, it's nostalgic.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
You're embarrassed.
How about,
this is terrible. Danny's playing the video at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit.
Oh, my God. Is that the video?
Yes.
Mr. Roboto is...
Yeah. There's nothing rock and roll about this.
No.
I've never seen this.
Look at Mr. Roboto. Oh, God. He looks like Bob Kelly.
You know what? Damn arigato. You got your thank you. You got your Japanese. Boom. You got your miso soup.
Margarine Man.
You know what, dude? You got a secret. You got your coffee, your margarine. Boom.
Your margarine.
Your margarine. How about Cheap Trick?
Cheap Trick.
Dream Police. I want you to want me.
The Boo Police.
Boo Police.
But is this fag rock?
No. When you listened. Yeah. No, they didn't. They rock. They rock. Now fag.
Oh, I thought. Okay.
No,
How about
no,
Green
no.
Grass and High Tides forever?
Genre. The genre. That's now. You can't put Southern rock into like.
All right.
Who's not enjoying this a little bit?
Oh yeah, but it's. But this is. We got off course. This was never a rock song.
I agree.
I'll give you a.
This song basically broke up the band. This is when they went, yo, dude, if you want to do that Broadway shit, you might want to go find some other guys.
I'll give you a Southern rock band that we listened to that was completely fag. I believe. What was the one with the flute? Marshall Tucker?
Sure.
Yeah, Marshall Tucker was a band you would listen to, and that was like if you were into Southern rock, it rocked. But now you listen with the flute.
I can't even remember a Marshall Tucker song right now. Can't You See?
Can't You See?
That was their ballad, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Did they ever have a rock song?
I don't know. They're a little fruity.
Anybody? Look down on your screen.
Marshall Tucker.
What was the Marshall Tucker rock song?
I am the Margarine Man.
I'm going to say Margarine all day.
Margarine.
You know what,
Margarine.
dude? You got a secret. Secret.
Your secret's safe for me, dude.
Dude, you know what?
I'm trying to lose weight. I am the Margarine Man.
Yo, dude, thank you very much, Mr. Cook.
How about My Sharona by The Knack?
That's another one that's kind of, that was supposed to be
That
fucking
was
new wave.
One of the biggest fucking songs when we were growing up.
Yeah.
How about Loverboy?
Loverboy, that's perfect example. Thank you.
Working for the Weekend?
Dude,
or
you rocked. When that came on, you cranked it. You're rocking, not embarrassed in front of your friends. And now, you Kilroy, dude.
you know what, dude? Boom, you got your Margarine Man. You got Kilroy. Boom.
Nothing better than stupid Bobby.
For years, I've been watching him just pontificate his rehearsed thoughts.
That is great. Yeah, Loverboy, you would listen to, this is like, it's Friday.
This is Fag Rock.
Fag Rock. Because growing up, when this came on, when it first came out, you never questioned that anyone was going to think you were a fag for listening to this.
You were rocking.
You were rocking.
You were rocking.
Now, if you're playing this and listening, and believe me, there are songs that came out the same time this came out that you could blast, and people are still saying, he's rocking.
If you had a barbecue 20 years ago, and people coming, around your house with their beer.
With their fucking cases of beer in the backyard.
And this is cranking in your backyard. People are like, all right, we're all ready to rock.
Hey, the Cox brothers are here. Yeah, come on, sit down, man.
Fast forward 20 years. Play this.
Joe Curry.
Play this next summer when you're having one of your pool parties.
Yeah.
See if you'll get the same reaction.
Your friends will come around and they're looking for the glory holes in your bathroom.
What about Jukebox Hero, Foreigner?
I wouldn't say that's fag rock, though. It's more dated.
Another storyteller. Boy, you love your stories.
What? The jukebox?
The guy's got a story.
There's a story there.
He was a jukebox hero. He became one. It got to him, dude. He killed himself.
Little Jukebox Hero. I don't even like Foreigner. I think that their love songs are childlike.
Yeah, Loverboy had every hit that they had. Rocked at the time. Fag now.
Yeah, not good. How about 38 Special? Thank you, David from Denver. 38 Special was rocking.
Little genre thing going on. Like, if you're into Southern rock, you could still get away with listening to it. And I wouldn't say you could sit there and go, boy, I'm rocking.
38 Special, what do they used to say about them? The poor man Skynyrd or something like that, or the pop version of Skynyrd.
Oh my God!
We're all working
video.
for the weekend.
Look at the video. What's his name? Reno. What was his name?
Mike Reno.
Mike Reno.
Oh
wearing
God.
his headband and red leather.
Oh, what? He's working for the weekend.
and the keyboard player has like a fucking sarcophagus of equipment he's playing in. And then the guitar player with the mullet looks like David Letterman with a mullet.
Oh, shit, he does. Very good. A young David Letterman.
Young David Letterman with a mullet.
God, this is terrible.
Horrid. People are trying to shove Rush into this category.
No.
Come on.
There are people
Come on, Tom in Staten Island.
There are people that will listen to Rush and still rock.
Fucking no. Neil Peart's one of the best rock drummers ever. You can't say that.
Deep Purple, Highway Star. No.
Deep Purple still rocks.
No, see, I think we've nailed it. I mean,
yeah, it's very tight. It's a tight niche.
It's a tight niche of songs that you would go, yeah.
Don't try to swerve.
Kind of faggy now.
How about, I don't know if you would you classify Beat It? Because that at one point...
Not Michael Jackson?
But at one point, in 83, 84, man, that was being played everywhere by everybody, or do you think it was never
genre.
considered?
You could still play it, too, and you're not going to be chastised by everybody.
Now you won't.
All right, listen, hold on.
1990 it would have been, 93 you would have been laughed at.
They're challenging us on Jukebox Hero. You got to get your name on your fucking instant feedback so you get a little
Do we
credit.
have that, Travis?
Jukebox Hero is not fag rock. It has one of the best build-ups ever, fags.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a listen to this. You got Jukebox there?
Yeah, anybody there at the seat? There it is.
Like this part. The build-up is pretty cool in this song.
Yeah, he's a little...
Standing in the rain.
Oh, yeah.
Are you? Oh, yeah.
Couldn't get a ticket.
Could you?
Sold out show.
Was it?
I can't wait for the Bob Kelly version in a second. Just listen closely.
You know what, dude? It's raining. The show is sold out. Don't give an iPod Hero.
You know what? I think I have to agree with the instant feedback.
You can get away with this.
I don't have a problem with this song.
It's a straight beat.
The story's hokey, but...
Why? The guy's outside the sold out show. This part stinks. Right here?
This a 6-string in a second-hand store.
Well, the chorus,
Didn't know how to play it.
Chorus kicks in. That one guitar.
That's good.
Right.
All right, Chris has got it. We're back on track. Chris in Boston. Remember the band Saga?
Saga!
Perfect.
That is a prime
All right, we're
example.
back on track.
Saga rock.
Now it's got to be considered fag rock.
You cannot.
Give me a little on the loose when you get a chance.
On the loose.
Yeah, see, this is perfect.
By the way, let me say something. I'll still listen to this.
Yeah, well,
like
I'll listen to all this shit still,
but not thinking I'm rocking listening to it. I'm not disillusioned. Damn it. You were rocking.
Oh yeah, you were. We're back on track, man. The Chinese writing.
Got the Chinese writing with the red flag on his chest.
Yeah, that guy looks exactly like Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he does.
I see you keeping to yourself.
I am Saga.
Reaching conclusions. They're reaching for something else.
He's wearing knee pads and this getup. And the video makes no sense. They interweave a story with live footage. It was horrible.
We were too young to understand what the knee pads might be representing.
Dude, when this came on MTV, though, you turned it up, you fucking watched, and
you
were
were rocking.
This is rock.
Yeah. Oh, bravo, whoever came up with it.
Perfect one.
Look at his dancing. This is horrendous.
Toodly-doo, toodle-toodly-doo.
Couple coming in.
Found.
Survivor. Eye of the Tiger.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Was that rock at the time?
Yeah, it was Rocky.
Yeah, it was. It was Rocky. It had fucking rock in the title of the movie.
Yeah. The Story live band is great. This on Beavis and Butthead would be hysterical. What is he doing?
His fucking ball bag.
Look at his bag hanging out. Hey, Butthead, look at his bag. Look at his bag. What the fuck is he doing?
He's got some kind of like sweats on.
How?
Or sweats with like gym shorts over him. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Pajama pants.
Yeah, the knee pads.
He's got just a big ball bag.
Now some guy's running. The camera's chasing him.
Yeah. Stephen S. from Bayshore says, who did Sister Christian? Night Ranger.
Yeah, Night Ranger, Sister Christian.
That's right there.
That rocked at the time. Now, not so much.
Right. See, this is where the guitar solo should be.
Yep.
Yeah, motherfucker!
Nice.
I'm rocking!
What about Asia?
You could win Slide Whistle Hero.
Hell yes! When are they coming out with Slide Whistle Hero?
How about Asia? That's good.
Asia?
Yeah.
Heat of the moment?
Yeah, that rocked at the time.
The super group that was
Yes.
Asia.
This rocked at the time.
Fag rock.
Definitely.
To be so bad for you.
Ah, yes. Man Dog 202. Supertramp.
Oh,
Dude,
fuck.
you would play Supertramp and it rocked.
Which Supertramp song? Let's try to think right now, on the spot, the most rockin' Supertramp song. You couldn't do it.
Their biggest hit.
Take the Long Way Home, Logical Song.
You'd play these though loud at
Wait,
parties.
give me Supertramp. I'll tell you their most rockin' song. Please, get a greatest hits or something.
Of the moment. Tell me what the heat of the moment. Showing your eyes.
Oh God, there's so many good ones coming in now.
Like what else? What else? I'm looking at Supertramp.
Starship. Jane by Starship.
Oh, yeah.
That rocked at the time. Now, if you play anything by Starship, you're
It's a little rough.
done. Yeah.
A little rough.
You're done.
Oh, Bloody Well Right. Dreamer. Wow, you couldn't find a rockin' Supertramp song
No.
now that I think about it.
But if you threw that on and just played the whole fucking album and blasted it at a party, no one would say, dude, why are you playing this shit?
Try Take the Long Way Home
Yeah. Horrid.
by Supertramp. Yeah, see, because this had the another dramatic intro. It was all about the dramatic build-up intro.
Big build-up. Jocks loved it. They could just talk right over
Oh,
this.
fuck. You can get a weather forecast in.
Yeah, going to
Weather and
be
traffic.
going up to about 70 degrees today. Very happy birthday to Ted Sheckler. We want to wish Ted Sheckler a very happy birthday this morning. A little song by Supertramp. Going to be here rocking with you all day long. On the rock of insert your city's name here. Because they all have a rock of something. Supertramp, Long Way Home on the Eagle.
See, this was all right when it came out, but now
Yeah.
it's a chick song. Has to be.
I think of this more again as just old and dated as opposed to being fruity.
Yeah, but the thing is that it could be that, but it could also be you played it then loud, no one cared. You play it now loud, you're done. You can play something loud now and people could be like, what a dated song, but not think you're a faggot for listening to it. This, you are a faggot for listening to.
Fair enough. I think we did it, huh?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Hey, you guys hear the Goo Goo Dolls doing that Supertramp song?
No.
Holy shit.
Really?
Travis, what song did they do recently? Actually, it's a couple years ago now. I was thinking we'd play a little...
I have no idea.
Really? It might be Logical Song.
A lot of harmonies were very big. Then you needed big harmonies on the choruses. High voice, too.
Spectro goes, try Bloody Well Right. It has rock guitar and then a little opera.
That's
a little opera for everybody.
That's what you want. Europe, the final countdown. That rocked like a motherfucker. And now... a little gay.
Was it Give a Little Bit?
Yeah.
All I have is a live version if you want to.
No, I think that's how they did it.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, check this out as we go to break. What the hell? We won't play the whole thing.
The Goo Goos did give a little bit?
Dude, they did an amazing version of this song. They really did.
Even the fat one?
Yeah.
The Goo Goo they don't pay attention to?
Take a listen to this and we'll be back. Opie and Anthony. We'll get into other things after the break.
Started it all before.
There's a good article on Tracy Morgan.
Tracy.
The only reason I just said that out of nowhere, it's Tracy Morgan's birthday. It's 41.
Is it?
Yeah. Opie and Anthony.
Happy birthday there, Tracy Morgan.
I got to read this to you. So Tracy Morgan for the New York Comedy Festival.
Yeah. Is he up to shenanigans always?
They booked him at Carnegie Hall.
Oh, shit.
And when you go to Carnegie Hall, you're thinking you're going to see some upscale shit.
A little class.
Where the fuck was this?
Some decorum.
Hold on, it might be in the other paper. Stalling.
Stall.
Yeah, just do anything. Give me Jimmy's Daily News. He's not using it. Please.
I call it the Daily Snooze. How funny is that?
Jimmy's coming back in. You hear about Tracy Morgan? That is funny, by the way. I heard.
Well, I read a bit in the Daily News about the.
How great is it?
I didn't know what he did.
Well, this happens all the time. He played a show at Carnegie Hall for the New York Comedy Festival. Yes. And I'm a big fan of 30 Rock. Any other 30 Rock fans in here? It's a good show. I like it.
No, I never got into it.
But here's the problem.
I watched it.
Tracy Morgan is hilarious on 30 Rock, and he's also hilarious on a comedy stage. But the problem is it's very different.
Yeah.
And once again, just kind of like the Bob Saget thing, when Bob Saget first started really showing everybody that he's a dirty comic. I think I was at the show in the round in that Westbury place. I don't know. It's called something else now.
It's some bank
and
center.
People were going there thinking they're going to see Bob Saget from
Danny
Full House.
Tanner.
And he's
Danny Tanner,
and he's
right.
talking about fingering your grandma and shit. And people were walking out like, what? Because they didn't know that this is what he does.
Yes.
Same thing kind of happened with Tracy Morgan at Carnegie Hall. A lot of these, mostly women, they're saying, they watch the 30 Rock and they're thinking,
he's so funny on that 30 Rock. I'm going to go see the Colored Gentleman at Carnegie Hall.
He probably plays an instrument they normally do.
Yeah, they're thinking they're going to go see Tracy Jordan, which is his character name from 30 Rock. So here it is. Live Tracy, way too racy for some. And we've all seen Tracy do his thing. I once saw him just showing, I saw him one time where he was just showing his pubes in the front row for 20 minutes. He didn't even do any jokes for a while.
That was in a club, though. It wasn't at Carnegie Hall. So
fans expecting to see Tracy Jordan at Tracy Morgan's Carnegie Hall performance Friday night got a rude awakening. The bawdy comedian packed the venerable performance venue with fans expecting his 30 Rock characters, primetime humor. But minutes after Morgan started his routine, many walked out in disgust. Many. It turns out that some New Yorkers really can't take a joke, especially when it's unspeakable filthy. People seem to not be laughing at his jokes, but more because they were shocked and appalled with what was coming out of his mouth.
I would love to see a video of that.
Snip that booty hole.
Yeah.
Reports one audience member. Morgan talked trash about homosexuality, saying it's a choice. Which drew gasps. Drugs, pornography, and what he calls politricks. Far edgier subjects than what his alter ego, Tracy Jordan, gets airtime for on 30 Rock. There was a continuous flow of people getting up and leaving throughout the show.
A continuous flow. Holy shit.
I love it.
Has anybody listening that was there? One of our listeners had to have been there.
I hope somebody could call in.
I won't fuck you so you can have my daughter.
Right. Our spy reports adding that many in the crowd clearly didn't know what they were getting themselves into. Middle-aged women were the most flabbergasted when he started mimicking explicit sex acts on stage.
Oh, when he gets down and starts humping the floor? Yeah, that must have gotten him. No shit, and here's a prime example of something I bring up every so often. Middle-aged women seem to have the most problem. Do you see why I keep my fucking dating pool where I do? In the shallow end. because the fucking middle-aged women, I'm sorry, and not all of yous, don't even call and say, I'm cool, I'm this, I'm that. I'm talking averages, percentages
No,
here.
if you're listening to the show, you're already cool.
Yeah,
so you don't have to
you already
call
got
us.
some coolness to you. It's that fucking shit that you see. Walk in there, you're expecting this guy from TV, he's not, and instead of sitting and being able to take it in and go, let me see where the fuck this guy goes. You got, I'm leaving. You know how many poor husbands probably got dragged the fuck out while they were laughing? Because their wives are like, oh, I will not sit for this.
The one thing I hate seeing is you're at a comedy club. I'm trying to think of a comedian that happened to recently where the guy is such a fan of our show, heard the comedian on our show. He's at Caroline's, and he obviously brings his wife so excited. This is the guy I was telling you about. And I don't have an example, unfortunately.
I had that happen in Atlanta where a couple walked out.
It happens to you, Jimmy, I'm sure.
Out of doubt, like I was trashing Susan Boyle. This is before Sharon Osbourne.
Oh, my God. I saw that on Entertainment Tonight.
And the couple walked out. And I didn't know they walked out for that reason. But I think Kenny told me they walked out after the Susan Boyle. You get that a lot of times.
Yeah, but the guy he's so into it, and then he gets so depressed because he realizes the one he loves hates his
fucking
comedian hero there.
Oh, yeah.
And then they have to walk out.
Danny put up that. I've seen that, too. Patrice is a fucking prime example of a comic that gets up there, that people knew him from fucking, when he was doing the web show, and then they know him from some other TV thing, just know him from other things.
I saw him at I think it was at a governor's show on Long Island, and there was these two couples, so men and their wives, and the wives, and you know how relationship heavy Patrice's set can be at times.
Yes.
So, and the women they don't like the way he talks about them sometimes.
They
so
don't.
They were just like, I don't know why they feel that they could now talk back to the comic who's performing on stage like they're having a dialogue. And Patrice didn't even look them in the face, just looked at the husbands and just goes, "Can you take care of this?" And they ended up all four of them left, and then the husband had to be a tough guy for his wife because how dare you insult my wife's honor. Bust back into the comedy club, 10 minutes after he was ejected, trying to be like he was going to fight Patrice and everything.
Sit down, asshole.
The worst.
But he was enjoying the show up until his wife had to get lippy.
You know what it is? It's not even fucking. They want to carry on a dialogue, and it's not a conversation. This is a fucking guy doing his act. This is a guy doing what he does, going on stage and fucking performing. It's not open to debate. Sometimes it's funny if some dopey idiot blurts something out and you nail them back again and everyone shuts up and they go back to their, their act. But to fucking, and Patrice, I've seen people just get the fuck up and leave.
Well, let me get back into this article. So he did the sex acts on stage, the explicit sex acts on stage at Carnegie Hall, by the way.
That's fantastic.
What a great booking. When Morgan found something shocking, he held on to it for minutes on end. Some of the controversial jabs he made included a set about the first family. Obama is really changing the White House because he and Michelle will have the first presidential sex tape out, he said to a stunned crowd.
Why would that stun anybody, though?
Morgan did better at his second try in politics, saying he wouldn't vote for Mayor Bloomberg because all he does is go to Yankees games, a gag that seemed to at least draw a hoot from the crowd. The comedian has made his name off his eyebrow-raising opinions, most recently recounted his sordid life story, blah, 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 in his book. Okay. No one knew better than Morgan himself that the crowd got more than they bargained for. At one point Friday night, he addressed shocked showgoers saying, "You want the clean Tracy? Turn on the TV."
Turn on the TV. You got Tracy Morgan here.
Still, not everyone was horrified by the spectacle. Spike Lee, John Singleton, and rock co-star Jane Krakowski were all in the audience and gave a standing ovation. So,
of course,
Tracy Morgan is hilarious.
He is very funny
to see.
I love the way the paper does it, though. Like they say, a comic like Tracy is a very opinionated guy, but they won't attack the opinions and they shouldn't actually. But it's funny with other guys. They were like, he's a pig or he's he's terrible. But
we got someone that was at the Carnegie Hall show. John in Jersey. John.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
What's happening, man? It was classic Tracy Morgan, man. If you didn't know what the hell you were going there for, you should have fucking gone. But exactly what you were saying, though, was the wife dragging the fucking husband out. That was all laughing his ass off, and she was all offended and shit. And it's just a bunch of idiots.
Was there a lot of walkouts?
It came in droves. The sex drove a lot of people out.
What did?
It really did. And then people getting offended. Like the white people seem more offended about the Obama sex tape thing than the black
of course.
Well, yeah. No surprise
they're all
there.
started looking around like, oh my God, we're going to get mugged now, some shit.
No surprise there.
It was fantastic, though. I was laughing my ass off. It was great, though, because I kept being able to move closer. I was in the second row by the end of the show.
He just keeps moving up as they're fleeing Carnegie Hall like there's a fire.
40 minutes in, you're his road manager.
By the end of the show, on the second row, he looks at my wife. He's like, I'm going to get you pregnant. I want me a white baby.
No shit. And there goes the rest of the audience.
It's one thing is they should just put a sign up. This is a very adult show. It's like, why don't they just do that to avoid the fucking nonsense?
You know what?
Fantastic,
I bet you most
Fuck
people,
'em.
most people that watch 30 Rock have no idea that
Fuck
Tracy
'em.
was a stand-up. Probably
Get their money and fuck them. If they want to walk out, they don't get a refund.
Yeah.
You put a sign up. People might not fucking buy tickets or go in. Good. Take their money.
All right, John. Thank
Go
you.
for Tracy.
You know what? Why don't we turn this into our celebrity break, because we got the Sharon Osbourne thing. There's, the entertainment show's still on our Sharon Osbourne, Susan Boyle
Of course they
thing.
are. Not one of them saying, not one of them says she was trying to be funny.
No, not.
Of course not.
No. And man, I want to acknowledge the war that's going on in the comment section of the video. The listeners are fighting a good fight, but the Susan Boyle fans are coming out of the woodwork.
What? I'll tell you.
If you want to have fun, just read the comments on the video. It's amazing that how differently people think.
Because I'm telling you why. This is why. Because Susan Boyle, not that they're huge fans of her, because you can't be. She's only had one fucking song.
Yeah.
She, by acknowledging, like, yeah, she is, her ugliness was part of her appeal. It's a reveal into the way we look at people. It's like nobody wants to realize, like, wow, I thought I was really sensitive to like her. Because it's like liking her made people feel better about themselves. Like, that dear, she makes me feel good. Like, God, there is hope. And when you look at it, like, you know what? You're shocked because that ugly bitch is actually making you feel good. It's an ugly reveal into the way we look at people.
Name an ugly entertainer.
Jim Norton.
There you go. No, how about this? Name an ugly singer before Susan Boyle that had huge success. Name a ugly female singer that was very successful before Susan Boyle, and
Tracy Chapman.
She hasn't been very successful yet.
Oh, Tracy Chapman.
Chapman, ugly. There's some really. Depends on what kind of music they're singing. If you're not trying to be sexy,
Tracy Chapman. No, fucking Tracy Morgan's more attractive.
Tracy Chapman?
Horrible looking. Yeah, she's not, please. She's not good at all.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, she's got really short hair, too.
But I'm thinking more like singers.
More Susan Boyle-ish? Ugly?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like that weird fucking fat or something. Mama Cass Elliott.
Well, there you go.
She had one of the greatest voices of the time, and no one looked at her going, wow, I want to bang her.
Uglier than Susan Boyle? And let's play if you had to.
Fatter.
Let's play if you had to.
I would probably...
If you had to.
I'd take head off of Mama Cass and never touch Susan Boyle.
Mama Cass didn't have good gag reflexes, though. She's choking on
well,
the fucking
apparently,
sandwich.
yeah. You can probably choking on the fucking...
Is that even true? Is that an urban legend?
Amy Winehouse we're getting?
Nah, she's not ugly like that, though.
She's ugly sexy.
Yeah.
Right, Jimmy?
Yeah, she's
Down
not
and
like
dirty. You know she'll
hoary.
do some dirty
Yeah,
things.
it's a hoary thing. You don't look at...
Like
She is
Susan
just
Boyle.
a slob. You don't look at Susan Boyle and think anything like sexy, whorish, like you want to just ravage her in bed or fucking punch her in the face or, you know, whatever you want to do. But I'm trying to think now.
I think Mama Cass's like naughty parts would smell not as bad as Susan Boyle's.
Dude, you know what a big fucking unshaven 60s muff, Earth Mama Cass muff she must have had? Wow.
She was so hungry she probably fed her pussy to sandwiches.
Yeah, shoved them up there. In a
I don't
mouth,
even know what that means.
Put one under each armpit.
No, what would happen is she'd doze off in a chair, and her pussy lips like a horse mouth would begin just pulling the sandwich off her lap.
Thank you.
Making that sound.
Thank you for punching up my concept, because I didn't even know what I was going for there.
No, someone's saying Janis Joplin, but she was pretty ugly, but she had this crazy, wild, drugged out fucking.
But you guys are bringing up like
thing.
that rock fucking Woodstock type fucking down and dirty shit. I'm talking about someone that's supposed to kind of
look
classy on a stage, like a Barbra Streisand, like a fucking Celine Dion.
Who sang at 17?
At 17,
That fucking
give me a little more and I'll
chick.
tell you.
Someone will get Janice Ian.
Janice Ian.
Janice Ian.
Is that more rock still or not really?
No, not rock. That was pretty mellow shit. She's got a 70s look to her.
She's not bad. Guys. No one can really name one.
No, all right.
A songstress. A
Ugly-
songbird.
She's the ugliest singer ever.
The ugliest songbird ever.
Ugliest songbird ever is Susan Boyle. And that sexy name, a pus-filled cyst. Your name Boyle.
Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, she was ugly.
Fat, but diva-ish. And I hate even putting her in. I hate that word.
But you see, we're having a
people
tough
consider her
time
that.
here.
No, but when Susan
Sandy
Boyle
Kane.
walked out, when Susan Boyle walked out, everybody, the thing that makes people bothered is that there's a really weird shame when we realize, like, I really did expect nothing out of that fucking woman because she was ugly.
Right.
It's like it's a self-reveal.
And that's how our society thinks.
Yes.
Right there.
That's why before any other clips are played, I try to find the original clip of her walking out on that stage because you could hear the gasps and the laughter and everything. So let's see what that was, because you don't see that now.
No.
Now she comes out and there's applause and everything. I want to see that first clip and hear the audience when she first walked out on stage and look at all the faces of the judges, because it was the same bullshit, and that was only because of the way she fucking looked.
Yep.
And what? Things have changed? No.
That moment was the most...
That was honest, thank you.
And they appreciated her singing.
Yes.
But that...
God.
there should have been no fucking... Why should there have been shocked that an ugly woman was a good singer?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Yep.
I mean, I'm shocked, too. I expected nothing out of that fucking wildebeest.
Of course.
I think so, yeah.
All right.
Is this when she first walks out?
Yeah, this is
Some of the music.
Hi, what's your name, darling?
My name is Susan Boyle.
Okay, Susan,
They're
where are you
laughing.
from?
I am from Blackburn near Bathgate, West Lothian.
It's a big town.
It's a sort of collection of... It's a collection of villages. That's a thing there.
Yeah.
And
like
how old
the
is
Shire.
I am 47.
Fucking Hobbit.
They're just laughing. Why are they laughing at
That's
her?
just one side of me.
All right. Now the judges, she just did like this round hip thing, and the judges made ugly, disgusting,
Okay,
like stop it
what's
faces.
the dream?
I'm trying to be a professional singer.
And why hasn't it worked out so far, Susan?
See the girl
Pause right there,
Pause.
They go to the audience, and there's a bunch of girls, but one in particular is rolling her eyes like, oh, yeah,
She rolled her eyes and made this ugh.
You're too ugly to be a
Thing with her
singer.
mouth. She
She's
went,
actually
ugh.
what she's thinking.
Why? The show is called Britain's Got Talent. So why is that? I mean, we all know why. But if we're being honest as a group, that's how
This is-
everyone felt.
Right. This is the honesty before the fucking song came out. And no one is ever disputing she doesn't have talent. No one's saying that.
Right.
They're just saying she's pig fucking ugly. And that's everybody's reaction before one note comes out of her mouth.
And in that fucking reaction, and then all of a sudden, we were shamed, and I'd say we, like the collective we, were fucking shamed by the fact that she was really good, and it's an ugly fucking reveal into how we just judged her.
Right.
On her ability to sing by just being a fat, ugly, frumpy bitch.
So why are these talk show idiots just discounting that? They're not even acknowledging that happened. That was a moment before she opened her mouth and started singing where everybody was looking going, oh my God, what is this animal doing on this stage?
Because none of us like that ugliness in our own, our shallowness.
I love it!
That's because it's all you have from hat to shoes. It's just one long act of judgmentalness. But you know what I mean? It's like, nobody as a group likes that ugly shit reveal. That fucking, like, goddamn, I really am that person.
Let's go back to the clip. I want to see what else is here. She rolls her
So far,
eyes.
Susan.
I've never been given the chance before, but here's hoping it'll change.
Okay, and who would you like to be as successful as?
Elaine Page.
Elaine
something like
Page.
that.
What are you going to sing tonight?
More faces.
Oh, wait, pause. And she goes, she's no Ellen, what did she say? No, she's no Ellen Page.
No.
Is it Ellen Page? Something like that. The reactions in this video are just amazing. Yeah. The crowd reactions. Go ahead.
Okay. Big song.
They're all
The
laughing.
judge is laughing.
They're laughing backstage.
Now they're waiting for a nightmare.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by.
Now
hate the judge reactions.
Because they already know she was a good singer.
Jestem jak szpanaty, ty nie? No.
Why?
Why not?
Why?
Why?
Even the dumb guy backstage saying, you didn't expect that, did you? No. Because she's a fucking ugly cunt. She's a fucking ugly cunt.
Why are they giving her a standing ovation? Because they didn't expect this mess to sound like that.
This says it all, this clip. Nice ass. Thank you, nice lady. Showed a back view.
Yoo-hoo, sheriff!
Pulling toilet paper out of someone's ass.
Oh, one guy didn't like it. Oh. All right, enough, I guess. You get the point.
Yeah.
They fucking lost their mind.
And these fucking little fruity entertainment.
How about go to the end now where they comment on her singing and see if there's any revealing things about what they say.
Could you do more of the guy backstage, please?
Look at her! Look at her! She's fucking horrible to even look at! But she sings like a fucking bird, the cunt! Oh, she's ghastly! Fucking ghastly! You weren't expecting that, were you? You weren't expecting that out of such a fucking peg! She's a fucking peg! Dirty, disgusting, fucking pig cunt!
But we're assholes at Sharon Osbourne. She's
exactly.
an asshole,
Yeah,
right?
she's mean.
Okay, yeah, all right. Just because she said what everyone was thinking.
Yep. And she did it to be fucking funny.
Great talent,
Yes.
but she was hit with the ugly stick.
Yes.
The fucking ugly stick. Perfect,
fucking ugly
perfect
stick.
comedic timing by
Yeah, she
Sharon
was
Osbourne,
hilarious.
by the way. Perfect.
Now,
Let's
she's
go, let's
done.
see.
Let's see what the judges say. She gets the standing ovation. Hello?
Come back here.
Get your fucking ugly ass back out there! You hooved animal! You craven hooved animal! Look at you! Where's your curly tail, you fucking ugly cunt?
Another observation. She finished her song and she knows she's just an ugly mess and she just walked away.
Skulking off like she's used to doing in every situation when she's just denied anything because she's ugly.
Exactly.
She walked off stage immediately. They had to tell her to go back out there.
Get back! Turn around, you fucking heifer! Turn around, you ox! Turn the fuck around! Not that I could tell looking at your arse or your face! Oh, she was walking the other way! I thought your arse was your face, you ugly fuck! You cunt, you! Shit.
Kevin Cloven hooked animal.
Cloven hoof!
Kevin from Connecticut.
You smelly beast!
Kevin fucking Connecticut, right? She looks like a child's drawing of herself.
Child.
That's perfect.
Oh,
Fucking
God.
Kevin.
All right, now the comments
let's go.
from the judge.
That was the biggest surprise I have.
All right, pause. Obviously, we got to keep pausing. Why was it the biggest
Now,
surprise
why?
ever? Why?
Why?
If there was some pretty girl that walked out there, they would not say that's the biggest surprise.
No.
They would be like, wow, that is an amazing job.
And that's what we totally
You look-
expected from,
All right, hold
from
on,
you,
hold
'cause
on.
You're so hot.
Quick fucking detour. Chuck Norris's wig.
Holy
all right. Chuck Norris is
He's on
Fox.
Fox and Friends or
It's
Fox
Road
whatever.
to Socialism. I guess he's doing some political commentary. His wig there is not a color on the spectrum that wig
what the
is.
fuck is he doing?
Nah, it's kind of like a red purple.
Yeah, I'm an expert.
Looks good.
Hey, that's a good one, Chuck.
Can't even karate kick it off.
It's a reddish, like it's soy
Oh
sauce
my
again.
God, it could be the worst
soy
one
sauce.
ever. What is he doing?
It doesn't look natural with any part of his body. His skin tone, his mustache, his eyebrow, everything.
I'm trying to find Chuck Norris. Who's the guy with the shiny hat?
His head must be cold. And then he's got his other hair hanging out the back.
Does he?
Which
It's
doesn't
one of those?
match.
He was at fucking Hadley last night when I was doing Red Eye. I forgot he was there. I should have stuck
Oh my
around and meet
God,
him.
yeah.
You're Chuck Norris. Go bald.
I
What
know.
the fuck with
Worse
you?
than Fez's wig. Worse than Fezzy's wig.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Good one, Cha.
All right, let's get back to Susan
looks
Boyle.
good.
Yeah.
You polish that wig.
Yeah. Walker, Texas wig. Hides his guns under there.
Yeah, take it through a car wash. Buff it.
Jay in Texas saying you sound like Shrek with Tourette's syndrome, man.
Oh, okay, well,
Pretty good. Let's get back to Susan Boyle. I want to see,
let's see what
all
else
the
they,
surprises. By the way, the other thing, we'll take inside this. These guys already knew that she had an amazing fucking voice, and they had gold on their hands.
Yeah.
Simon Cowell owns the show, and his reaction's like that surprise reaction. He's a good actor because it looks pretty real, but he already knew what she sounded like.
They knew it was going to be this giant reveal of this ugly woman with a beautiful voice, and that's what they played off of it. So why would Sharon get shit for saying what
You don't think all the producers and the behind-the-scenes people aren't talking to Simon like, wow, you're not going to believe what we found this season.
Look at this. They probably went, look at this picture. Oh, God. And then it's like, and here's her singing.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course.
Oh, perfect.
Wild horses!
Shut up, Piggy.
Why would she pick wild horses
I don't
to
know.
sing?
I know.
It's an animal she fucking weighs less than. All right.
Wait a minute. You did a me.
No, I didn't. Wait.
It's an animal she weighs less than.
Yes. Because she's so fat.
Okay, all right.
No.
So she picked an animal.
That she wanted to find an animal that she wasn't as heavy as, and wild horses was where she had to go. Not a great joke, but consistent.
But a skinny girl could say the same thing. She weighs less than a wild horse.
Yes, but that wouldn't be. But she could say that with a lot of smaller animals too.
Yeah.
Susan Boyle had to wait till she got to horses to find an animal that she weighed less than. Like if you put that joke and a feather, the feather would have more substance and comedic value.
The Stones didn't write Wild Brontosaurus. It might have been better.
That would have been a gem. Yes. Too bad they wrote a song at all, because then I had nothing to say if they didn't. Fucking fiddling fool.
Oops, my finger slipped.
It certainly did.
Fuck. All right, let's get back to the the judges on Susan Boyle.
3 years on this show. When you stood there with that cheeky grin and said, I want to be like Elaine Page, everyone was laughing at you. No one is laughing now.
Why?
That was stunning.
Why were they laughing at her? They didn't laugh at the other fucking, did they laugh at other contestants when they said that they wanted to be, no, they all know they want to be famous.
Why does Sharon get all this,
because nobody
shit for being real?
Because people don't break it down like this. It's like, this is why you have to be belligerent when these fucking little jerk-off entertainment shows. You have to go, well, where's the fucking fat girls on your show?
Yeah.
You're all fucking beautiful people holding. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, wait till you hear what they said about it last night.
Why don't they call out this
night.
judge? Why don't they call out Simon? Why don't they call them all out and say, you know something? She was prejudged on her looks, and after she sang, they thought, wow, what a beautiful voice. But that doesn't change anything in the way she looks.
The initial reaction to her was she's fucking ugly, and we expect nothing out of her.
You think she's getting cocked now that she's famous?
I hope so.
There's probably fetish people that like that.
Yes. They're called bestiality fans.
You beast of burden. Come here, you beast of burden.
Your answer was there's probably fetish people out there. Still just beating her down. You don't think there was one legitimate guy that said, you know what?
She's beautiful on the inside? No.
All right, let's get back to this. Oh, fuck, this is too good.
Amazing. I'm reeling from shock. How about you two? But
I am so thrilled because I know that everybody was against you. I honestly think that we were all being very cynical, and I think that's the biggest wake-up call ever. And I just want to say that it was a complete privilege listening to that. It was
not looking at you, but listening.
You've got a face for radio.
Here's Simon.
Walked out
on that stage that we were going to hear something extraordinary, and I was right.
Oh, backstage again, Ant. The backstage guys.
Give it to her, Simon, before she takes the dump on the stage, the fucking animal.
Okay, moment of truth. Here's yes or no.
The biggest yes I have ever given anybody.
Wow.
Amanda?
Yes, definitely. Brilliant.
Susan Boyle, you can go back to the village with your head held high. It's 3 yeses.
Oh, God. Well, don't hang your head high or hold your head high.
Victory for the fat ugly lady.
Exactly.
That's all it's about.
Redemption. Look at that.
Now they're giving her a
Stand
standing
up.
ovation.
The fat pig surprised us.
Right. The ugly woman has a pretty voice.
The fat pig entertained us.
Enjoyed that just a little.
Here's the backstage guys again. Wait.
What a voice.
Incredible.
Congratulations.
Oh my God.
Congratulations. How do you feel?
Bloody fantastic.
Pierce says that's the biggest yes he's ever given on the show. In 3 series.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Mind blowing.
Most extraordinary shock we've ever had.
Just so emotional.
See? Most
Unbelievable.
extraordinary shot.
Why?
Fantastic.
Now get back to pulling your fucking plow! You're a beast! You're a beast! What a bloody ugly fucking cunt! Go back to pulling your fucking plow. Oh, is that great?
Yeah, not one reporter talked about how Sharon Osbourne was on a comedy show when she made those statements. Thank you for that.
Of course they didn't. And not one reporter talked about, maybe what Sharon said was fucking, oh yeah, it's fucked up. But the ugliness of everyone's reaction is the real fucking, the reveal into who we are.
That's
it's fucking.
the reveal.
So Sharon, said some things on our show, obviously.
On a comedy show.
That were hilarious.
Hilarious.
And that were
Most people know by now. So, the entertainment shows, it's good for us. Did a little more material on Sharon Osbourne and the Opie and Anthony
And it's
show
funny,
last
nobody is saying, how come Sharon said that Bret Michaels has a dose? Which was a very funny line. But she made fun of Bret. But she made fun of Susan. You know what else? She hit on
Jeff Beck.
Jeff Beck.
Jeff Beck, yeah.
She was just fucking, she had a machine gun. She was just being funny.
But no one's talking about Jeff Beck these days, so why would they put it up?
Absolutely.
Put it on entertainment shows. No. So here's Inside Edition last night reporting the latest on the Sharon Osbourne controversy.
If Susan Boyle is offended by what Sharon Osbourne's been saying about her, she's not showing it.
Singer Susan Boyle arrives at Los Angeles International Airport for her...
We are the biggest fucking dicks in entertainment because they had to hunt down Susan Boyle to get her comment on something that happened on our show.
Well, the thing is, too, the reporters, the first thing they ask her is, how does it feel if somebody called you ugly?
Right.
Why?
Swoop in.
Why would the fucking vultures swoop in and even tell her that if she didn't hear it? Why? Why do they need a reaction from her?
Boyle arrives at Los Angeles International Airport for her big appearance this week on Dancing with the Stars. But it's the showdown between Boyle and Sharon Osbourne that has everyone talking.
What do you think of Sharon Osbourne?
As you may recall, Osbourne shocked the world last week when she trashed Boyle during a satellite radio interview.
You just want to say, God bless, and here's a Gillette razor.
God doesn't give everyone everything. Absolutely.
Yeah. But he gave her the talent.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Really shortchanged around the rest of it.
Ugly.
Just to complicate matters, Osbourne's daughter Kelly is one of the 5 finalists remaining on Dancing with the Stars. So what did Susan Boyle have to say? She's taking the high road.
What do you think of Sharon Osbourne?
Hey, she's nice.
Yeah? Excellent.
Nice lady.
Yeah, trying to stir some. Why is the media saying, what do you think of Sharon Osbourne?
Trying
to keep that show, you fucking vultures.
They want to keep it going.
Oh, they try. I hope
they so
do.
want to keep it going.
So do I.
That's good for us.
Keeps our clip in the fucking news.
I don't like the fact that Jim Norton hasn't been said. You can hear my laugh. It's all raucous.
I know.
Sharon Osbourne will be on, well, Susan Boyle will definitely be on Dancing with the Stars tonight. Kelly Osbourne will definitely be dancing, and Sharon will possibly be in the audience. So this story has legs still.
Yeah.
Access Hollywood. They were the biggest dicks.
Yeah, they
played their audio yesterday. Well, they did an online poll.
Of course. They did.
Time now for AH Nation, where your opinion counts. What do you think of Sharon Osbourne?
Hey, she's really nice.
Yeah? Excellent.
Wow, Susan Boyle arriving at LAX for her appearance on Dancing with the Stars tomorrow, and she might be the only person who didn't hear Sharon Osbourne slam her out.
God doesn't give everyone everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But he gave her the talent.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Really shortchanged around the rest of it.
Ugly.
But the nation heard the ugly stick slam loud and clear. Always looking for the positive approach, though. We asked who is the better looking, Susan or Sharon?
What do you think, Billy?
Oh, please. Susan from the front, Sharon from the back. I don't know. Who got the last laugh? I'll tell you, Susan did, sticking it to Sharon with 68%.
Moving on to...
No one thinks that.
No, stop it.
What a useless TV
It's
show.
Access Hollywood is a fucking useless shit heap.
Let's really look at society.
What are they getting done with that dumb show?
If the poll was like that, why not then have Susan Boyle host your show?
Yeah.
If 68% thinks she's
and
better
the hosts
looking than
know
Sharon.
that Sharon Osbourne is better looking. This version of Sharon Osbourne, anyway.
You're a fucking.
No, even the old version is better than Susan Boyle.
They're all good-looking people mad that somebody made fun of an ugly person, and yet not one of those people would have her host their show if she wasn't famous or fuck her. So shut your faces.
Exactly. Yes.
I can't get mad because the lines are too good on instant feedback. Vince from Bayonne, and you got to read the feedback in your voice. She's taking the high road, pulling a cart. The fucking beast,
beast.
And then someone else is like, "It's good to see." Where the fuck is it? I lost it. Whatever. Just they're happy that this story has legs and we're not getting fired.
Yeah, that is kind of good.
Usually when we're in the news and it has legs, so
any kind of fucking story like that, trouble be brewing.
And then someone else said they chased her down because they wanted to give her the blue ribbon that she forgot at the country fair. So there you go.
Yeah, you sing great. You sing great. Now go backstage. We have some oats for you. We got oats for you to eat. Eat your oats.
Let's go to Larry King. Larry.
Larry.
Yeah, Susan, how important is your voice when you're an ugly cunt?
Oh, Larry.
Larry, come on.
Larry.
That's a damn good question.
Jesus.
Let's go to Mike in New Mexico. Mike.
Well, do you think we'll be just as surprised at her acting abilities when she stars in Shallow Hal 2?
Very good.
I know, yeah, bring up a movie that's...
Yeah, we're looking at a very
is that her,
old picture of Susan Boyle.
Yeah.
Why didn't she make it when she was younger?
Yeah,
she's 47 years old now, and it's obvious she has a natural ability.
She wasn't quite as ugly.
Oh, my God, who does she look like there? I can fucking picture him.
Him? No, that's not good.
Great. Norm Macdonald?
No. The guy that was on Perfect Strangers. I can't remember his name.
Him. That's never good.
God damn it. Somebody from the 70s. I don't know if it was not Juan Epstein. Fuck.
Arnold Horshack?
No. It's not a welcome. It's not one of the Sweat Ups.
Okay.
Shit. I just don't know the guy's name.
Sitcom?
An actor from the 70s. You would know if you saw him. Like, oh, yeah, but I can't...
Oh, boy.
He might have been in Greece. Give me the Rydell High friends from Greece.
Rydell High?
Yeah. Give me Travolta's friends from Greece. It might be one of them.
Travolta's friends.
I can't.
Yeah.
God damn, it's bugging me.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Looked like the Big Ragu a little bit.
Yes, but the guy I'm thinking of is I know who she looks like. It's maybe a weird. It's a comedian. Oh God, none of you know him. Guy Howard, I used to know. Jimmy. There was a comedy team named High Powered Howard and Patman, and Howard
never heard of that.
No, you didn't. They broke up. Patman was an obese black guy, and Howard was a skinny Jewish guy. They did all these really weird sketches. They broke up years ago, and just looked like Howard. That's why they couldn't place him. Oops, sorry.
All right.
Who's she for an hour? Oh, my cousin Phil.
Right.
Helpful.
It's like, Christ.
Why don't we take a break?
All right.
Hey,
I'm gonna eat.
Speaking of this whole America's Got Talent and fucking whatnot, judges, I guess, David Hasselhoff was on MTV, Europe Music Awards, and supposedly he was drunk and the audio's really good.
Wow. That guy just can't fucking lay off the sauce.
I love him.
Oh, man. And he doesn't care if he's got to go out and do shit.
You don't give a shit.
Let's drink.
And then I think we got to get serious today. Talk about the Fort Hood incident. There's some shit there today.
What happened?
Savage.
Well, the Al-Qaeda link and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Political correctness might have gotten in the way.
It definitely did. But everybody's giving the FBI and CIA a beating, which I don't think they should.
No,
yeah, we'll get into it a little bit
point.
after the break and other things. Opie and Anthony, starring little Jimmy Norton.
I have to make an announcement because I've been forgetting.
Oh?
My Virginia Beach shows this weekend. I will not be in Virginia Beach. Reason being, Leno's schedule changes so much. I was scheduled for Jay's show on Friday. and we canceled the weekend because I wouldn't be able to make Thursday or Friday. And then Leno's schedule changed like 2 days later, so I'm going the week after. And we tried to get the Virginia gig back, but they had already booked another headliner, which was fine. So your tickets will be honored. I'm making the date up in January. I apologize. We tried to get it back like 3 days later, and they had just gotten somebody's last minute.
That seems to be a problem.
Yeah, no big deal. I'll do it in January.
Jimmy, you're letting your fans down.
Nah, we're making a date up.
Oh, Hollywood Jimmy's letting everyone down.
I know. I'm going to go see these little people. I'm going to go see these little people and do my little nightclub act.
Hey, the DC Sniper goes down today.
Is it today? Good.
Today's the day.
The U.S. Supreme Court has refused to block Tuesday's execution of the man known as the DC Sniper. John Allen Muhammad is scheduled to die by injection at a prison in Virginia for the killing of Dean Harold Myers during a 3-week deadly massacre in 2002 that spanned Maryland, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. Muhammad and his teenage accomplice, Lee Boyd Malvo, were also suspected in fatal shootings in other states, including Louisiana and Arizona. Malvo pleaded guilty and got life in prison. Muhammad was sentenced to death.
He will never see his children again or get to hug them, just like I will not see my son again.
Muhammad still has a clemency petition before Virginia Governor Tim Kaine. The High Court did not comment Monday on why it refused to consider his appeal.
Good.
7 fucking years later, though.
You know
that's
what,
not bad for a death penalty case.
I know that's not bad, but it shouldn't even be that.
That's why I'm saying there should be some kind of fucking appeal that'll pop up at the last minute, because it seems too fast, to tell you the truth, in this stupid country with this thing. He obviously did it. This isn't a case where maybe he didn't do it. He fucking did this.
Yeah.
And he should be put to death.
So you don't think it's going to go down?
You
think some last second thing happens?
I'm too cynical about things like that. I'd love to see it. I hope it does, but I'd be very surprised.
He's going down today.
Today,
be nice.
Supreme Court didn't want to listen.
What do we do with the Fort Hood guy? Does he get executed eventually?
Well, OB, stop it. He's innocent until proven guilty. First of all, secondly, he is talking in the hospital. But he has refused to cooperate with authorities and asked for a lawyer. So before you say anything else, you watch your mouth about him.
Yeah, okay.
Ugh, this country. God, the only thing, that very brave woman cop.
Yeah.
That was there that shot this fucking animal in the torso while she got 2 bullets ripped through her legs. Just didn't hit the vitals, I guess.
Was she going for the vitals, Aunt? You know a little something about guns.
You go for center mass.
Is that what she was going for?
Yeah.
She just
center mass. So sometimes you hit, sometimes you hit the goods, sometimes you don't. And apparently this guy pulled through. He's talking, but again, the first thing he comes out with is, I want my lawyer. Then another thing that got me on this case that was very interesting is that fucking imam, that mosque imam that he was, that was preaching at the same mosque that 2 of the terrorists from 9/11 went to, and around the same time, this savage was in there also, listening to this guy's propaganda and hatred of the country.
Is he still preaching, that guy, or no?
No. What happened? He went to Yemen. He did some time in Yemen. Then they let him out of prison for some reason, but now he's back on the most wanted list. He has a website, though, where he praised this animal, said that he is an example of what all Muslims in the United States Army should do, because it is horrible that you would fight another Muslim for America.
Yes.
And he is saying that he is a hero, and everybody in his situation should rise up.
You should only fight another Muslim if you're car bombing a market in Iraq, or if you're fucking you're running into an office of social services, or killing Iraqi police officers or Afghani police officers.
Right.
Then you should kill other Muslims. That's it's funny how the imams don't come out against that.
No,
they're just fucking disgraceful.
No, and he said that the people that did come out, the Muslims that came out against it, were cowards.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Not real Muslims.
Meanwhile, the imam is not running into anything with a bomb strapped to him.
No.
You know, Bin Laden and fucking al-Zawahiri, they didn't run into anything with bombs strapped to them. They're fucking smart guys. They barked out orders, and they sat back and watched it happen.
Yeah.
And they financed it.
Unbelievable. So, yeah, that's where we're sitting with this guy. He's killed a fuckload of people, injured a lot. These poor guys were just in this place. I don't know why they weren't, armed.
Why wouldn't you just have something on you?
You know what it is?
At all times?
Not even all the soldiers in there. But when you have a concentration of soldiers in a certain place in this day and age that we're living in, there should absolutely be some kind of armed guard in the room where if something like this happens, there's a response team. I'm not talking everywhere there's 2 soldiers walking, but when you have a center like this where apparently there were a lot of fucking soldiers in here, why not protect these motherfuckers with just one guy with a fucking rifle would have at least they would have had a chance. But nothing.
And how about this asshole General Casey complaining about if we lose our diversity, it's worse than force. Shut the fuck up.
Really?
He won't call it terror. Maybe it's too soon to jump to conclusions. But it's and Red Eye covered this last night. Gutfeld's fucking Gregor was brilliant. It's amazing how the backlash obsession we have in this fucking stupid country. We immediately worry about not are other Muslims in the military behaving this way or thinking this way. We immediately worry about the backlash against Islam. And meanwhile, after 9/11, what was there, a little police profiling? Muslims weren't attacked in the streets. There was no fucking backlash by I'm so sick of the Americans. Why do we automatically fucking self-flagellate when something like this happens?
We love it.
And what do you guys know on the Al-Qaeda angle? Like, he was in contact with them?
Apparently there was an angle where there was an email address that hadn't been used in quite some time that had started getting some activity again. And they
were aware, right?
They started monitoring this email address, and it was
why wouldn't that throw up a red flag?
It did. They knew this guy
could
was
be a
in
problem.
touch. More though, they knew he was in touch with Al-Qaeda.
Fuck.
But here's what it is: you don't expect, especially if you're listening to communication between him and Al-Qaeda, that he's just going to go off the deep end and shoot up a bunch of people.
Right.
You want to know who the fuck else is involved? Is there anyone else in the military involved? Is this something that's a single case, or is it running rampant in the military? Who is he talking to? Who's the guy that he's talking to? Who is it financed by? Does it go all back to bin Laden? Like, they weren't going to just jump on the guy at the first sign and blow the case. In hindsight, you go like, shit, yes, they should have grabbed him. But you're not going to know that they're going to jump. This guy's going to grab a fucking gun and start shooting up soldiers.
And you've also had a bunch of stuff stop. Like when you look at England, at the liquids that they stop, they were going to make bombs on the plane by bringing liquids on.
Yeah.
All of that. Imagine if they just grabbed the fucking first guy, and then the whole rest of that network went away.
Yeah.
So they've been pretty good with waiting just the right amount of time and snatching everybody up.
They should have. If there's any fault, it should have been they should have kept a closer eye on this guy, like a tail or something, where they could have seen that he was purchasing a gun.
Yes.
And that what was he doing with this? How does the FBI and Homeland Security, how are they investigating? And then you do a background check for a pistol and it doesn't pop up. No red flags pop up. Because,
again, the FBI or CIA, whatever those investigations were so not public that you don't want any red flag. Let a member of the military who you know is doing something to let them know you're investigating. They probably figured we keep a close eye. But, again, you can't. That was basically a suicide mission. You can't plan on a guy just picking up a gun and, like you said, shooting everybody.
Yeah,
That's a tough one to fight.
Yep. But the fact, too, that he's just listening to all of this anti-American, Islamic, fucking extremist bullshit. He's going to that fucking mosque with that guy, that extremist imam. Ugh. And again, where's the outrage from Islam and Muslim celebrities, Muslim fucking? There isn't enough of it. There isn't enough of it. Again, people are so scared to say anything for fear of, forget about the people that were killed and wounded. Let's not offend. There are other Muslims that are fine in the army. Let's not shake them up by saying that there's a problem. There is a problem. Islam is inherently this violence in it. There's this violence, regardless of if it's just, let's get a fatwa against this guy because he fucking wrote a book with a picture in it. There's inherent violence in how they treat their women, how they treat people, how they deal with certain crimes with each other. That is inherently violent in the religion, which they continuously say is a loving, godlike, and wonderful religion. But meanwhile, all the teachings of the Quran are, answer this with killing or beheadings or violence or some shit. So it's not. Stop lying. I'm not lying, Allah. I'm not lying.
And the thing, and you're absolutely right. And this is how phony we are. And it's the same Susan Boyle syndrome. People don't want to admit.
She's Islamic,
they don't want to.
Bomb blew up on her face.
That's funny. It was one of those bunker busters. She ate it. People don't want to admit that they are just scared of violent reaction. Because look at something like abortion clinic bombings and religious right extremists who are fucking pieces of shit and terrorists in their own right. When one of those guys is caught, people demand justifiably their execution.
Oh, yeah.
Or they're pieces of garbage. They're going to prison. You don't hear the generals or the president going, let's not overreact. Let's not blame all Christians.
Yeah.
Because people inherently know that it's the act of a nut. And it's really not all Christians. So that's not needed to be said. But because people feel like, look, most Muslims do think this way, they have to go, don't jump to... Why do they do that? They don't do that for anybody else.
Yeah.
Unless it's fucking a group that they secretly feel is violent or is a threat. Then they have to overcompensate by yelling, don't jump to conclusions. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
That's amazing that that's happening in the military. That type of thing.
Well, look, they get pressure from Washington.
I know.
It's
just
sickening.
amazing.
Especially now in the last year.
The president coming out saying, let's not jump to conclusions until we investigate. And then he goes, after a full investigation, we're going to do it and make sure this never happens again. How?
Yeah.
How?
He jumped
Why? By fucking coddling Muslim soldiers? Oh, no, you can't do that. You can't even say, let's profile some of them. Let's put some of these Muslim soldiers into and have them speak to a psychiatrist. So maybe we could weed out. There'd be outrage. You can't do that. So how, Mr. President, are we going to make sure this never happens again? You're not.
And why didn't you? Well, how come you didn't say let's not jump to conclusions when it was a white cop? The peering allegedly has
he was
fucking
stupid.
Yeah,
remember?
It was stupid. You jump right to conclusions on a fucking pogo stick.
Hours later, the fucking president saying that guy was acting stupid. How about this guy? He was acting like a radical Muslim that killed people for no other reason than they were soldiers, American soldiers.
And you got to think there's more guys like him embedded in the military.
Of course there
are.
You're right.
He was talking about...
So how are we going to handle that? How the fuck are they going to handle that?
He yelled Allah Akbar before he shot. He was on websites condoning suicide bombings. This guy, obviously, there was this hatred and this what do I do? They're going to ship me off to maybe kill Muslims? Look how he's dressed going into the fucking store beforehand. He's in complete Islamic garb, which, it's not in itself, not a bad thing. Add up the whole puzzle. That costume to me says, I hate the American way of life. I'm sorry. That's how I see it. I don't like seeing people in those outfits in this country.
The problem I have with this guy and the handling of this guy is not that the military didn't stop it, because again, they're investigating, or the CIA. And because when you hear that a Muslim guy shot everybody up, he was a psychiatrist. My first thought, just a nut. Because, a psychiatrist, they're always fucking a little crazy anyway.
Yeah.
And a nut went crazy. It does happen in the military.
Hearing about so much heartache and fucking killing and everything that he just lost his mind. He snapped. But that wasn't it.
But when you hear about people who were too afraid because they saw warning signs and they did not want to appear, that's the problem. If we've gotten to a point in this country where we've been taught, do not go with your gut and at least tell somebody how you feel, because God forbid you have an inappropriate or incorrect thought about somebody based on a gender, on race, or on religion, and yet it's perfectly acceptable to have positive thoughts about people based on gender, race, or religion.
Right.
We're a phony, stupid country.
Could we have some type of recognition that whether they're homegrown here in America or from other countries, there is a fucking problem with Muslims, Muslim extremists, and violence against Americans. It's not an Irish guy. It's not, and then you look back, everybody's got to bring up the fucking, the Oklahoma City bombing.
McVeigh.
Yeah, sure. McVeigh. All right. We understand. It does happen. When was that, by the way? 90 fucking when?
95.
Tragedy happened. But for the most part, can we look at the law of averages here? That we are looking at, for the most part, young to middle-aged Muslim men are wreaking havoc. And profiling is not a bad thing, especially in the military where usually democracy takes a back seat to the chain of command and discipline and everything else. They could probably get away with more things than you can here on the outside. So,
well, when CIA guys are being fucking prosecuted for doing their job, so they might go to jail. Why would any military guy take that chance?
You're absolutely right. Why take the chance of throwing your career down the shitter by confronting this guy and how you feel about him, maybe going to a superior on how you feel about a Muslim when, guys that were doing their job at Guantanamo now might be prosecuted for interrogating terrorists.
I mean, it's hard because this guy was an officer too. I mean, he was a major, I think. It's like you're less likely to fuck with a major than a grunt because he can make a lot more
major
problems.
Asshole, Jimmy.
There's no need to go there.
Let's go to Sean in Louisiana. Sean, what do you got, buddy?
Hey, how you doing? First, I'd like to say it's a horrible tragedy. I knew the pregnant soldier who got killed there. She was a good lady. I knew her in Korea. I wanted to share the safety tips that our anti-terrorism center here on Fort Polk emailed out to us right after the incident. They said, A, to get out of the line of fire, and B, to report suspicious activities, such as this guy hopping up on a desk and shooting people.
Yeah, so that's it, huh?
Yep,
Meanwhile, get out of the line of fire. People did, and this guy methodically, again, walked around to wounded soldiers, chased them down, shot them to make sure they were dead. What are you supposed to do at that point? How about an armed detail when there are more than X amount of soldiers in a certain place?
And report suspicious activity unless your suspicion is raised because of somebody's religion or ethnicity or any other fucking sacred cow of the left.
Exactly. Well, I think the issue with an armed detail is when you're on a military post, I mean, unfortunately, there are going to be concentrations of large amounts of soldiers. You have that at the commissary. You have that at the PX. They have military policemen who are at these places, but unfortunately, there are not enough military policemen. I mean, you cannot expect them when we're in the United States, when we're in a supposed place of safety. You can't expect there to be armed guards if we're in a military base. They're at the gates. I mean, the idea you could not have protected against this man because he was a simple, he was a lone crazy nut job.
Yeah, this was a tough one.
I know. I'm not saying it would have definitely done it or it's possible, but it just seems to me that in this day and age, instead of just having MPs, there should be some kind of detail. Maybe even a new military occupation that is protecting soldiers on base in places of large concentration.
Anthony, they do have what's called the Quick Reaction Force, which is actually they ended up storming in after the policeman took down Hassan. It's a small
policewoman
who's on call, who are uniformed soldiers with all their gear and everything, who are there in case of a massive incident. And I think they have to report, within maybe 5 minutes or so. But I mean, there's just I don't know.
A lot happens in 5 minutes. That all happened in 4 minutes.
Yeah, it is tough to protect against one guy who's allowed to have a gun snapping in a 4 minute. It's almost like you can't have enough security details where you're going to protect from a lone nut doing that. You just can't. I mean, if there was 5 guys and it was a coordinated effort, and look, there's a way to profile or to at least use common sense with dignity. Because, I mean, it's not even to be politically correct, but the majority of, almost, if not 99.99% of Muslim soldiers are fucking, I mean, there was one, I believe, in Iraq or whatever that killed some of his, he was overseas, he killed a couple of his own men too, I believe, in a tent. It was a grenade. Wasn't he a Muslim?
Right.
But, the majority, I really do just want to fucking live like Americans and fight the fight and whatever. They're not fucking problems. So you don't want those guys to be humiliated or made uncomfortable. There's got to be a way to do it with dignity and respect.
How are they going to make sure this was just one lone nut? How are they going to make sure that?
Anthony,
That's the question
following
today.
up.
How are they going to do that with all the new rules?
Follow up on whatever intelligence they'd gotten together before this guy did this.
Let's go to Alex in Binghamton. Alex, hopefully they got enough.
How you doing?
Hi. Hey, man. What up, Alex?
So, yeah, I'm a political science major up here at Binghamton University and taking an Islam and world politics class. And, Anthony, before you're talking about the Quran and how it says that they can cut each other's heads off and whatnot like that, but, you know, in reality, it says that you can treat a woman according to Islamic law or, you know, treat each other according to Islamic law. And there are just those radical nations like Iran that make it crazy enough where they're, you know, you cut off the hands of a thief or something like that. It's not everyone.
Look at our close ally, Saudi Arabia, my friend. That right there is another talk about human rights fucking violations. We sit there and the government says, wow, we got to take care of human rights here and here and here. But Saudi Arabia has gotten away with being one of the worst violators of human rights ever. And they still practice horrific, barbaric.
The UN Declaration on Human Rights, the Islamic nations came out with the Universal Islamic Declaration on Human Rights.
Oh, so it's different.
You know, compensate for that, and they use it as a justification for I guess attacks and human rights violations. But they say we're following the code of Islam.
You
and
can't
they can use it as that justification.
What I'm saying is you can't have that many countries that are Islamic countries that are setting like an example for Islam. They are like the benchmark. You look at Saudi Arabia, it's like, okay, here's a productive country. They make a lot of fucking money. They have classes. You know, they have, it's obviously not Western, but they do have, cities that you would walk down the streets and go, wow, hey, you know, these are buildings and these are people and they're going about their business. Yet, the example they're setting is that's all fine and well, but you break our religious laws and you will fucking pay like you couldn't imagine in America.
And one of the real sins of it is that there are young Islamic people in those nations that have tried to, protest and make a difference, and they're just killed.
They're shut down. Look what happened in Iran when they got a little uppity.
Oh, yeah.
That fucking thing.
Yeah,
they shut them down pretty quickly.
You said you fall also you get the I hate America feel from when you see that Arabic garb, but I don't know if you guys remember, a couple months back up in Binghamton, there was an immigrant who shot up the Civic Center up there. It was a wild story, and he blamed it on the fact that he couldn't speak English well. And, there's a million other immigrants in the United States of America that can't speak English well, that aren't shooting places up, just like there are a ton of Islamic people in the United States that aren't going around killing people either, just as Jimmy was saying before.
Yeah, there's a difference, though. There's a difference. See, I'm not saying every Islamic person is a terrorist or is doing these, but every terrorist has been an Islamic person. There's a difference. There's a big difference between that. You're taking a small portion of a larger group, but it is all them. It is like just this piece of Islamic, of people that are Islamic.
Oh, man, but I'd love for you to come to my class, Anthony.
And, sir, one thing, too, that drives me nuts is the reason that you associate Islam or we associate Islam with that violence is because the guys who are committing it are telling us that's why they're doing it.
Yes.
Like, he was yelling, Allahu Akbar, and Bin Laden, and they all say they do it because they're Muslim in the honor of Islam. They marry the violence to the religion.
And there doesn't seem to be
as a justification to ruin the religion as a whole.
And there doesn't seem to be ever this outrage by Islamic leadership, whoever that might be. There's always they will always come forward and say, please, let's not jump to conclusion because we're not all like this. But you never get this huge condemnation of these acts by a large portion of Muslims, and it's infuriating.
No, you're 100% right about that. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, Alex, thank you. We got John calling back from last week. You certainly would remember John. He lost his son in Iraq, and it was an unbelievable phone call last week. Hey, John, how are you, man?
Good. How are you boys doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Yeah, about what's going on right now, this is just, I'm speechless for a while there. First of all, my heart goes out to the families of those that are lost. And really hits home. You know what I'm saying?
You wonder, because your son you lost in the war. And is there any different, I mean, they say to lose a child, obviously it doesn't matter here or there, but is there any different feeling or level of outrage for someone whose son was just shot down like this? Is there more of a frustration, or do you think it's all the same?
It's disbelief more than anything. You expect to be safe on a base.
Oh, yeah.
That's why the majority of the people there don't have weapons other than the military police that patrol. That's your home. That's the place where you're supposed to be the safest. Not to mention, you're talking about a major who gunned down these people in cold blood. I just, I hit the rank of gunnery sergeant when I ended my career. And I just can't see, even as a gunnery sergeant, you look up to majors. I mean, you got your own little things that you say, behind their back, of course, but...
Yeah, don't call me, sir. I work for a living.
Yeah. But I can't fathom this happening. And now, as far as I'm concerned, there's a time and a place for ethnic profiling, and now is the time and the place.
Yes.
If it's just using common sense and checking...
They need to go in, they need to do a deep internal investigation with CID, which CID, I don't know if you're aware, was Central Intelligence Division, if they still even exist. They need to get CID in there or whatever and do a deep internal investigation and look at the backgrounds of all the soldiers that have any type of Islamic ties.
Well, I think they should absolutely start out with looking at who this guy was talking to, if there were any other people going to this mosque that he went to. That are in the military, if he was having any correspondence with anybody else in the military, see if this is some kind of, obviously it was an independent spree at this base by him, but is this a bigger plan maybe that people that are radical Muslims in the army are being groomed to take out soldiers on their home bases? Is that a problem? Look into it,
Anthony, one of the things that I've heard before in the past is that what they're trying to do now is they're putting these sleeper cells into the United States with zero criminal record. These people have not done a single thing wrong in their life. They blend right in. These guys are sleeper cells. They could sit here. They come to the country. They could be here for 10 years. They build themselves a life.
So we were talking about
this is exactly what Ann and I were talking about yesterday. This is what scares the shit out of me. Because they're already embedded all over the fucking place.
They're the ones you'll never figure.
Yeah. And their kids will go to our schools, and they'll run a business. You'll go into a store. You'll talk to them. They'll smile to you. Suddenly, one day, they get a phone call with a keyword, and they're activated.
I completely believe that. I think they're already embedded, and they have time on their side. They can wait it out. They can wait 10 years, 15 years if they have to.
That's Manchurian candidate shit.
There really is no way. There's no way to combat. There's no way to combat that really, unless you get a list of who the people. There's no way to combat that.
Especially because they know how we are as a society right now.
Dummies.
But they know how we are in this country right now, making it a lot easier. They know they're not going to be questioned for anything.
Especially for people like
political correctness,
like John saying. Like John saying, people that have no criminal record, they have no paper trail to any terrorists, things like that. You can't walk up to them and just start, round them up, lock them up, internment camps, let's go. You can't do that. So that is a huge threat right now.
Yeah, you got the new recruits, and you tell them, look, you're going to bide your time. It's going to take about 10 years.
Sit back,
have fun, have a good life in America, and we'll let you know when it's that time.
We'll let you know.
Guys, I'm going to let you go.
All right, man. Thanks, Jan.
All right, take care, John.
Anytime, John. John from Connecticut.
Bye.
So, all right.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Jimmy's tuna fish arrived, so why don't we take a little break?
Tuna fish. It won't stop the flow of the show. I could do a couple things at once. Hi-oh.
Jimmy, look.
Hey, that was pretty good.
That bastard looks so much like Roland.
Oh, I know. Doesn't he?
Roland Campos in.
Yeah, they'll cast him. I don't like American people.
I was in Sweden.
I need to buy a gun, maybe a gun. I don't like.
It's going to do the whole river.
I have to go
the whole album from beginning to end, Bruce.
I got to go to the mosque. The mosque. I go. What?
After the Bruce show, we go to the mosque.
Allahu Akbar. Hello. Hello. Harris rolling.
Get your fucking ass in here, Roland. We miss you. All right.
I want to just take all of Roland's clothes off and just roll them in warm oil and kiss him.
He would love that.
Sweaty mess, Roland.
No, he's a fucking animal.
I think he would enjoy
Minus
that.
8, and he's got a fucking tank top on.
Still sweating.
And a skull cap. Fucking lunatic.
Hey, you guys want to go over the top New York songs of all time?
What?
Top songs based on
Is
New
Empire
York?
State of Mind in there?
Of course it is.
How is it of all time?
We'll do the list
just
next.
fucking came out.
And get Kenny's Empire State of Mind for everybody
Oh,
to
yeah,
enjoy.
that's a good one.
Still lots of radio to do. Stay there. It's kind of a quickie, but we were talking about jerking off during the break because Steve came in with a product called
Yes.
Cum Socks.
Yes.
You're
And could you
fuzzy.
please return them to me when you're done?
They're also known as throats.
Cum Socks, your fuzzy
Yes.
friend.
Use them and then return them. I'd like to make tea.
And I don't think they're going to be happy because they got the product in front of us, hoping we would talk about it.
Yeah, let me open this bitch
Who
up.
the fuck would buy a cum sock?
The question, Greg, is who wouldn't? You have that one wrong.
A sock was always a last resort.
You can wear this like a fucking like a thing to be cool around your wrist.
Look at
Look,
we're
rocking.
Look, we're an ABA basketball team. They're fucking,
I'm gonna go jogging with those.
right. What
Hey,
is it?
someone used
Fucking-
mine.
Yeah.
Ew, mine's sticky.
The cum sock by Romco.
Now you put your dick in here. Now I noticed
No,
the
you don't
top
put your dick in
is
here.
open.
Oh, is that what they're talking
Well, then
about?
how do you jerk off with it?
No, you don't. Oh, you rookies. Here's what happened. You shoot your cum all over. You immediately click off the gay porn. And then you fucking put your hand through the cum sock and you roll it and wipe it off with your cum sock. Yes, you do.
I think at the
Imagine
end, I think
feeling
I'm
so
wrong.
intense, so unlike anything felt
Place
before.
over erection.
No, this you put it over your dick, right?
well, there's only one way to find out.
Attaboy. Get over here, Greg.
And then you squeeze it a little bit and you jerk. But
Okay, you're right.
tells me
And then the cum stays in the middle of this cum sock.
this is not
This
meant
looks
for
like
a
an armband.
slide jerk. This isn't a slide jerk. This is a grip jerk.
Right.
Where you grip and tug. There's two different kinds of jerks, ladies. For anybody interested. Guys, they know this. There's a slide jerk where you use lube and actually slide your hand up and down. Then there's the grip jerk where your hand goes around the skin of the penis and never moves on the skin. But penis skin is kind of a funny thing. It'll move up and down with your hand. So you could just jerk and your hand never moves across the skin.
That's right.
And that's two different types of jerk. Now, the slide jerk feels much better, but but will take longer. You will take longer to slide jerk than you will to grip jerk.
And also, when you're jerking off like with this, that, it's just like the cock is shrugging. I don't know. Got me. I don't know. Got me. Who knows? Got me. I don't know. Don't tell me.
Well, this brought up a discussion because Danny goes, what did you say about, because we were all talking about when we were jerking off as kids.
Yeah.
You would try to prepare, like you might go and get some tissues or something. I mean,
sometimes
at
you'd
last
start
resort,
jerking.
you would grab a sock or something because you didn't want your parents to find out.
I think that's how the whole cum sock thing comes to be. Because as you're a kid, it's poor preparation, and you just start going at it, and then you say, "Oh no, I need to grab something."
There's planned jerk and unplanned jerk, too. So planned jerk, you can get your accoutrement and shit to clean up with. Unplanned jerk, you just start fiddling with yourself, and you're like, holy shit, I'm jerking off. And then you got to look around and go, I'm not getting up, I'm grabbing a sock.
Well, yeah, then as a kid, you just let your cum fly anywhere. And the point I made during the break, I said, when you get older and you kind of get nice stuff, you realize that cum is a real drag.
Yeah, it ruins things.
It ruins all your nice stuff.
Have to get out of a couch.
The worst thing.
So you make sure you're well prepared.
You never wanted to unleash or clean up with a white T-shirt. Because even through the wash, it'll just have this fucking Rorschach test of shame on it.
It'll wreak havoc on your good stuff.
Yes.
So you can't just spray that like you're a teenager.
I'll say we're agreeing this is not a slide jerk.
It's like a leg warmer.
Friction, even on something this soft, it's soft. It's like sheep's wool or something. But something without lube, this'll chafe you.
Yes, it will.
I think. So you grab and tug. maybe the head like slides a little bit as your cock is shrugging. And then, all right, now you unload. And the top is open, so you got to make sure.
Yeah, it's kind of in the.
All right.
It'll be in the middle there.
All right.
It'll be
And
inside.
then you turn it inside out and put it in the wash?
I don't know. No, then you just lick it off.
You come in your wash?
I don't know what you do with this. Stupidest product ever.
Need me to tote that for ye?
You kind of need to put like a rubber band or something on the end of it.
Yeah,
to prevent
I'm thinking
spillage.
There could be spillage.
You squeeze off the top. Come on.
And now, if you notice, there's
squeeze off the top.
There's like a fold inside that keeps anything from dripping down the sides back onto your nuts. If you want to sit there and bask in the pleasure for a while.
I want to fall asleep with my cum sock on, where it's like peeling gauze off an open wound.
Like a burn victim.
Yeah.
They got to peel it off with water and shit.
It's like pulling a wool sweater off a burn victim. Why did you think you could wear that 2 days after the fire, Bill? Or it's to go back to the way things used to be.
Then you can take it, wring it out, potato flakes come out, you're making a potato.
Yeah, you got potato flakes all over the place.
Hey, Tuck Moore for Buffalo writes, don't forget the caveman jerk where you rub your dick between your hands like you're starting a fire with two sticks.
No, that's silly. There's two basic types, basic categories. The slide jerk, the grip jerk. The slide jerk is good if you got time and really want to extend the goodness involving from sack to head. Now, grip jerk is, I don't have much time, but I gotta come. I gotta come, Gelman. So you just grab and tug until you're done. A little shame, then you go about your business.
That's all we got on the cum
A lot of
side.
shame.
A lot of shame. Especially when you click off what you had been watching. Like, oh, what's wrong with me?
Oh, you know how many times I've had to do everything from fucking clean off the remote because you had to shut it off to cleaning off the screen of my iPhone? Well, boy, there's nothing worse than having cumsies on your finger when you slide that turn on. It leaves a fucking streak. By the way, no one used my phone.
Like you had to say that. All right, we got David Hasselhoff. We got the James Gandolfini going after the paparazzi.
We got Gandolfini. I love the fact that he fucking hates the paparazzi.
Well, here's the backstory. I saw the video clip, and he looks like Tony Soprano.
Of course he does.
You realize he really wasn't acting when he was Tony Soprano. Gandolfini was shopping with his stepmom on Jane Street in New York City, and after being followed for about an hour, finally went off on the photographer. What happened?
I don't know. Sorry. I was just looking at a beautiful young lady.
Abdul-Jabbar has a fucking rare form of leukemia. Fuck, man. That's very depressing news.
How old is he?
Kareem, he's probably 60. I don't know.
He looks great, though.
Yeah, he's on there talking about how he's dying.
That really depresses me. Fuck.
Nah, he ain't dying.
Oh, well.
Fight of his life, though.
Fucking Abdul-Jabbar, man.
He looks like he can still fucking play. Look at that motherfucker.
Black belt in the martial arts.
Yeah, Bruce Lee movies. Or at least one, right?
God
You
damn.
better get it right. I'll yell at you.
Highest score in NBA history.
Really?
Oh, Kareem? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Most points ever.
All-time
Glad Jordan
scoring
left.
leader.
And he was the co-pilot on Airplane.
Well, that's what he says. That's in your mind.
Here's Gandolfini.
Relax, man. All right. Wait for me. You understand me? Yeah. Just relax. I'm going to break your fucking face. All right.
All right, dude, that's kind of scary.
That's Tony Soprano.
It's the Tony Soprano voice. Get the fuck away from me.
Right.
He's got that fucking same tone to his voice.
And then I think he punched the camera out of the guy's hands. Yeah.
Then did he spit on it and throw money on them?
Goddamn paparazzi don't respect nothing. You can't blame. It's like the paparazzi. I like the fact that they have tougher laws. Because these fucking, it's like you can't get a moment's privacy. They don't just take a picture and leave.
Nope.
It's like the guy is still a fucking, look, I'm a celebrity whore, but I would never follow a guy for a fucking hour. It's creepy.
Every second they are out on the street or in public, they have cameras in their fucking faces. And they're being asked embarrassing questions just to try to get a rise out of them.
Who was that?
But we as people love seeing it. I'll say that much. Who's that? Joanna Krupa? Who is she?
Wow.
I don't know.
She's aight.
Yeah, she's aight.
Dude, in the cabs?
She used to be a juggy.
Who?
On what? She used to be a juggie on the Man Show. Apparently.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Wait, there's a girl that they're showing in the cabs with that dumb little TV thing they do.
Yeah.
She's promoting Sports Illustrated, the Sports Illustrated app, I think.
Good.
Good.
Hot. Nice.
If you could find...
Jerk material.
It's a blonde... thin, big natural boobies that just fall just enough to make you realize they're real. If you can find this girl, she might even be one of the swimsuit models. I don't know. Good luck on that.
Oh.
Yeah, this could be it right here.
Oh, ooh. Wow, those are ample.
World's sexiest app. Whatever.
God damn.
I'll have to do more research. I'll bring it to the show.
Hey, are you done with Gandolfini?
Yeah, that was it.
I just got to put this out there. Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2 released today. I got a little early start last night.
You started playing
the game, yeah, playing the online game multiplayer. I know a lot of people. This is supposedly they're saying this is going to be the highest grossing fucking game put out. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, it's definitely going to be the biggest media release of the year. I don't know if it'll beat out GTA 4 though.
GTA 4 was big,
pretty big.
But this one, I mean, people. They do like fucking killing people like that.
I saw on Facebook just a bunch of different people posting pictures at midnight of the lines.
Yeah.
For these midnight releases.
Yep.
And these are people like in Idaho or Ohio, and the lines are huge.
I know. This game's been eagerly awaited, especially by me. I got a copy yesterday and threw that in last night. Fucking amazing. Just great. I was playing multiplayer, and of course, I am a PC guy, so I'm more mouse keyboard, but that's kind of going the way of the dinosaur. But I'm trying to get the hang of it with the console thing. I am noob dead meat all the time. So look for me on there. My name, I play on Xbox, and my name is
Jizz Bucket.
Yes, Jizz Bucket. That's Noodles 61. That's me. Pop on a little later, and you can shoot me, stab me in the back, do whatever, because I'm terrible. I come around a corner with a fucking machine gun, blasting, and one guy just goes, pew, shoots me one shot in the head, I'm done.
Was it?
And he's probably 10, little fuck.
How was the graphics?
Amazing, really good. They got EOTech sights now, the red dots, lot of good equipment. And Travis was saying it's not like you can just start lobbing. One thing annoyed me with the last game was the grenades. Too many fucking grenades where you're standing somewhere. If you're shooting at someone, all you hear is cling, 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 and grenades. You're just surrounded. You can't move anywhere, and you blow up. So little less grenades.
I wonder if there's still the knife.
There is.
Is there?
Yeah, I was knifed last night. But there's other attributes you can get. Look at this shit.
Yeah, but
it's
is that in-game?
Yeah.
That's in-game?
It's amazing.
Oh,
it's fucking great. So I'll be playing that later on. If you want to pop online and give us a little Modern Warfare 2, Noodles 61.
We got it.
Travis, you going to be on?
Of course I will.
What's your stupid name?
Andy Sipowicz.
Oh, you're Andy Sipowicz, right. And what about Big Duty?
Of course he is.
Is Big Duty's going to be on?
D-Boy is Big Duty's on Xbox.
He stole your name.
Well, there's controversy as to who is the real Big Duties.
As far as contributions to the show, I'd say both of you.
But no, I'm Hello Exactly on Xbox Live.
Oh, Hello Exactly.
I think I'm full. I got to clean up my friends list.
Yeah.
I got to do the same.
Well, pick it up and let's fucking fight, motherfuckers. Tonight we're battling.
Can I get involved with my PS3?
No!
Damn it! Let's go to Matt in Cleveland. Matt.
Hi, man. Hey, I want to let you fellas know I took the entire fucking day off to play this game, and I swear to God I'll probably get fired because I'm going to take tomorrow off too.
Yeah, I started when I was playing last night. I started, I guess, about 9 o'clock, and I looked at the clock 10 minutes into playing, and it was 11:30. It's one of those games where you're like, I know it's got to be. Oh fuck, I was like, I gotta get to bed because if I don't go now and go, well, one more map, I was going to be there all night. But when I get home today, oh, I'm on. So
fucking phenomenal game.
Noodles.
Did you hook it up to the theater?
I can, but I was playing upstairs. I can play it on the fucking 11-foot wide screen. And that's another thing.
Shit, you got to videotape that. I got to see how that looks.
The options are great because they have this a screen width option where you sit there and you adjust, if you got a widescreen TV, the sides of the picture go out and up and down. So now you're playing on the entire width and height of your screen instead of it being letterboxed or anything like that. It's just, and again, the graphics are great. They got a tactical nuke at one point. Once you reach a certain level and do certain things, you can just nuke your fucking map. And they got Predator drones, which are pains in the ass. Dude, the Predator drones, you're so dead when those things start coming in. And you get that,
no escaping that.
You get that cool overhead green fucking view like you see, when they're showing films from Iraq.
Sure.
And you just zero in on concentrations of people and blow the fucking shit out of them.
One of my favorite missions from the first Modern Warfare, where you're in a helicopter and you could cycle between night vision and and infrared. It was awesome. You just see these little,
like you were fucking killing
like
people
these little
in
white
Iraq.
glowing running things through a field, and you just take a huge 50 cal thing to them, and it's just,
and you see the heat
over.
signature is just them smeared. It's fucking great.
Sounds awesome.
Andy, the best part of that map is when you start shooting at the church and they yell at you. It's beautiful.
Figures.
All right, Matt. Thank you, sir.
See you tonight, motherfucker.
Yeah, right on. Let's say hi to Don. He's a cop in Jersey. Don, what do you got, man? What do you got?
Just give you from perspective. Halo's launch, some of the other games, this by far was the most people we've ever had at our mall down in Hamilton. It had to be 1,000 people at one GameStop. We had about 600 at another and 500 at the third.
Dude, I ridiculously thought when I brought this home yesterday, and it's like a day before the release because it's released today, I thought I was going to go online for a multiplayer and be like, oh, well, there's no one here because the game's not released till tomorrow. Packed full, people already maxed out their levels. It's ridiculous. I don't know how long some of these people have been playing, but yeah, a lot of fun. Great game.
Yeah, it's awesome, bro. Did you get the C-130 board yet where you're flying around in that?
No. Shit.
That's one of the kill streak options now. You can board the C-130 and shoot down at your opponents from up in the air.
That's fantastic.
7 kills gets it.
7 kills in a row, huh?
Yeah, man, 7 kills. And you can also mop out your perks now. You can choose which ones you want so you don't get stuck with the lame ones. There's a whole bunch of different ones. You can customize your own perk package.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because some of them I was like, I don't want that. I don't need that. So, nice.
And also, they got a real kick-ass feature, and if you get killed 3 or 4 times in a row by one of these 10-year-old nerds from Japan or something real quick, it will give you can assimilate whatever package that individual had. So let's say he's got a level 65 gun or whatever. Boom, you automatically can assume that persona on your next buy-in.
That's hysterical.
Kicks ass, brother.
A little more equalizing, I guess.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Let's go to Scott in Virginia. Scott.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Anthony, when you get 25 kills, you get something you really like.
Yeah.
Tactical nuke.
Yeah, that's a 25 kill streak, which is very hard to do. But yeah, the tactical nuke will just, wipes the map out?
Yeah, it ends the match. It's like wipes everybody out. Done. Ends.
And your side wins and that's it.
Yeah.
How often will that happen, Ant?
To kill 25 people in a row without getting killed yourself is pretty fucking hard, especially on a crowded map.
Also, something cool they added was the slow-mo cam. That you get to see, everybody that's playing gets to see the slow-mo cam video of the last person that got
the
killed.
last kill, yeah, that wins or loses the game for you. They show the last kill and in slow motion, so you see a guy come around a corner and just get bam blasted.
Nice.
The best one will be when that guy throws a grenade and it doesn't blow up, but it bounces off their head and kills them.
Right on. Thank you, Scott. I want to give some other people a chance. Brian in Jersey. Brian.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, Brian.
Welcome aboard, Brian.
We're doing all right, you know.
I took the whole week off the
Not bad, tired, but cool.
How was your turnfish? You all right?
Good, thank you.
All right.
Hey, Opie, if you want, I'm getting it for the PS3 and the Xbox, so if you want, I'll meet you online and play.
What's the problem with the PS3
There's got to be
these
tens
days?
of people on PS3
What's the
playing.
problem with the PS3 these days?
The network,
not an
the
Xbox?
network is not as good as the Xbox.
No, I know that. I know that much, at least.
Kicks ass.
So what do you got on this game, Brian?
Well, I've been a Call of Duty fan since the PC, so I have every copy for the PC. I have every copy for the PS3 and the Xbox.
What did you like better, though?
I'm actually going to pick it up right now. So,
Dude, what did you like better, console control or mouse and keyboard?
Actually, I like mouse and keyboard, but I'm used to the console. I've been playing the console for about 3 years because my computer's complete shit. I can't play any good PC games on it.
I suck dick at fucking the controller. I get killed. I am always at the bottom of the list at the end of the game that shows how many kills you got. You know, the first guy's got like 800 fucking kills. I'm there, 0 kills, killed 80 times. I'm always that guy because I'm so bad with the fucking console.
Yeah, you used to be good with the PC.
Controller, but I'm working on it.
I usually average, I only average about anywhere between 10 and 20 kills. It depends on what kind of streak I get going. I start off like shit, and then towards the end of the game, after 8 hours later, I'm usually hitting like 22 kills a game.
Yeah, I need a few beers.
You gotta stick with it. You just gotta stick with it.
No, I know. I started getting pretty good at the first one when I was playing with Bob Kelly and shit like that. And then I let it laid off for a while, so now I'm back on. I'm picking it up because when I first put it in last night, I really sucked. Could not do anything. And by the time I hit it to bed, I was killing
a little better.
At least I was killing a few people and not feeling like a complete.
Have you seen Dane Cook on there yet?
No, I'm waiting.
Dane.
Oh yeah, Dane is a fucking knifing asshole. He'll sneak up behind you and stab you in the back every fucking time. Dude, you got your coffee, your controller, boom, boom.
No, dude, talk to your friends, you have a few laughs, boom, you're not hurting nobody, no one's hurting you. Boom, dude. All of a sudden you realize you shit your pants, the dog is dead, you haven't fed it. Boom, got your coffee, your cigarettes, everything else unhealthy to help you avoid yourself. Boom, dude. Video games, fishing, boom, computers, anything but Bob.
John in New York, John. God, that is so perfect. That nailed. John, what do you got?
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
What's up, John?
What's up? Yo, did you guys get the night vision goggles that come with the games? Some of them come with actual night vision goggles.
I have them already.
The big thing now with game releases is you do like a collector's edition, like with DVDs. So you give the consumer a little something extra for a premium price. So for Modern Warfare 2, they were bundling the actual game with a working real set of night vision goggles, I think for about $200.
So you could walk around and just see in the dark. Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool.
It is cool.
I got my night vision and I use it for, in the winter. I have to see if my pool pump is working to pump the water off the cover. And if it's raining and dark out, I don't want to go outside and have to look up at the pool. So I go to the back door, night vision, and I could see everything, see if it's
that's why
up.
you have it.
You love doing it.
Yeah, that's why you have your night vision
You
goggles.
love doing it, just admit it. You don't need to check the pool pump, military gear.
Right.
Dude, do you know how cool everything looks through night vision?
Yeah, it looks like Paris Hilton sucking dick.
Yes!
There's something great about when they don't know they're being filmed.
Let's go to Sergeant Carson from Fort Bragg.
That's it.
Sergeant Carson.
How you doing, guys?
Good.
Better now, sir.
Sarge.
It just fucking disgusts me. All these kids. I got a 25 kill streak. You know, if you want to play Army, join the fucking Army.
I'm too old!
Bro.
For a lot of things.
Do you guys
just saying that as a basic thing?
You guys think your car, your lifestyle?
You guys think this is a good recruiting tool, though, for the youngsters? You think some people jump from the game and go, you know what?
No.
Not necessarily.
Why not?
The Army has a game that they put out.
But I'm just saying, does this get kids out there? Not all of them, obviously.
Maybe.
You know, interested in the military.
There is a game, though, that is put out by the United States Army.
Right.
And it's called...
It's
America's Army.
America's Army. Yeah, America's Army.
Yeah.
And it's instead of just a run and shoot thing, it's very team oriented. Yeah, you can't just run and gun. It uses tactics. It tries to show a little more what it's about than just running into some place and throwing a grenade and blowing shit up. And it is run by the fucking Army, and it is a recruiting tool.
Yeah, no, they also have the Special Forces version, which is actually very boring.
You get a high score and they get a knock on your door. They take your
ready.
kid. They just come and take your kid away from you.
I don't know. It's just really unrealistic.
I think people know that, dude. It's like it's a game, and it's unrealistic because you could get shot up, and if you find cover quickly enough, in 3 seconds you're okay again. I don't think anybody's thinking that's how it really works, but it's very fun and competitive, and I think it's the same reason people like playing paintball and things like that. It gives that it's competition, and it's very cool. It looks good. It's a fun game to play, and the weapons are great. But, you know, I don't think anyone's really getting confused, to tell you the truth.
All right. Thank you.
I don't think terrorists are playing
Sergeant Carson, thank you.
to learn things,
Let's go to Chris.
I am Gunnery Sergeant Carson.
Chris, what do you got?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey, man.
Well, I just drug my 11-month-old in her pajamas into the local GameStop to pick up my copy, and they had business cards and paraphernalia joining the Army right there right next to where you sign on the dotted line.
They know.
See, they're hoping. So they got a little literature laying around.
Now, they've been selling it since Saturday, they told me.
No kidding, Anthony. It's fun, not real.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. I was just being a little obvious there.
All right. Ed.
Asshole. Hi, Ed.
Today is November 10th, the Marine Corps birthday. I'd just like to say Semper Fi to all our troops.
Hoorah!
Hoorah!
Are you a Marine, sir?
Hoorah!
Are you a Marine?
Yes, sir.
What is the 5th General Order?
I got out 10 years ago, bud.
All right. Right on, Ed. Thank you for that.
Okay.
All right. Let me say hi to... Is this the Sonny?
What was the purpose of looking down the barrel before handing the...
Sonny?
Hey, yeah. Hey, guys. Yeah,
You're born again hard. Yeah.
You were talking about the first game there, talking about how this might influence kids into joining the Army and the military.
Yeah.
I got a 16-year-old son. I had to pull the game away from him because it was so addictive. But he wants to actually join the Army now.
Well,
you guys
some
think
people will.
A few people that...
But if you join thinking that it's going to be like the game, wow, you're fucked.
I know, but he kind of has all of, he wants to also become a cop, too. So, I mean, it's kind of like in the right direction.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I think it's more that people that will join the Army anyway are buying the game instead of the other way around.
Yeah, something. I got a feeling, if he bought like GTA 4, he
Want
would
to
have
be a
been
car
some
thief?
sort of punk.
A car thief and murderer?
Yeah.
Hooker fucker?
Or just...
Oh, yes, that's true.
All right, Sonny, thank you. Sonny Forelli from Boston. This cum sock kind of feels nice on your...
You like it on your arm?
Yeah.
It's like a little cast.
Looks like a little cast,
Yeah, it could be used as a cast once it's crusty with jizz because you've been jerking off so much.
Makes its own
so
cement.
you put it on, it makes its own cast to help you heal so you could jerk more.
Then you guys could sign my cum cast.
With our faces. Am I right or wrong, boys?
You're always right, Jim.
You're always right, Jimmy.
You could just keep using it till it turns into a gauntlet.
Yeah, you smack people like a bracer. Deflects bullets.
There's a list out.
Wonder homo.
Trying to find out where the list came from. Is this Rolling Stone?
A
Sure
list?
New York songs, the top New York songs of all time, because Jay-Z has this big song, Empire State of Mind.
Does he?
So they figured, we should make a list of other New York songs, and the list sucks. I don't even know if we should do this. I don't think any of us in this room know.
Let's just do the top
bunch of these songs. You ever hear Simon Garfunkel doing a song called "The Only Living Boy in New York"?
It's a great song.
No, it's not.
It is.
Jimmy, you're so...
The only Simon and Garfunkel, or Garfunkel and Garfunkel.
The only living boy.
Are the ones you know. All the other ones that didn't make it for a reason.
What is their problem now? Yeah. Simon and Garfunkel always sing about a problem.
A bridge over troubled water. If we gave Sam a fucking horseshoe haircut, he would look just like Art Garfunkel with the frizzy hair.
How about the show demands that Sam get a fucking horseshoe?
Get the Art Garfunkel. Sam will get the art. Look, that's Sam's hair, though. Look at what that would look like.
That would look like Sam.
And that's an older picture of him. You find one now, and it's really crazy. Art Garfunkel went like front bald, and then it just stopped going bald on him for years.
Front bald sucks.
Front bald.
I think I'm going to be front bald guy.
No,
I'd rather be back bald.
Back bald,
because you can kind of hide that a little bit. All right, let's. That's a wonderful song by Simon Garfunkel.
Whatever it is.
Going to move through this list real fast. Harry Nilsson. I guess the Lord must be in New York City. Never heard of it.
Never heard of that.
No, the Lords are. It was my old gang.
Ah, the Lords.
Oh,
Ew, it was. Ew.
What, you don't like the Lords?
What fucking year were you born in? The 50s?
I don't know.
Hey, we're with the Lords.
Watch out, we're the Lords.
Hey, we're meeting up with the chaperones to rumble later.
What were the other gang names?
Yeah.
There were none.
There were none. You were the only gang.
Yeah,
what a tough guy.
Is that a bad gang name?
Oh, it's horrible.
For suburban nerds.
The Lords. Oh, did you have jackets?
Not yet. No, we didn't want to do it.
Did you plan and did you fantasize and dream about having cool jackets?
No, me and my friend, we were going to build our hangout.
Yeah.
Our fort.
Yeah.
And our two friends started on it, and me and my friend Frank went to the store to buy the letters for the clubhouse sign.
I can't even look at you.
The Lord. Hey, Lords. How else is the mailman going to know where to deliver the Lord's mail?
God damn it. They're out of D's. We're the Lords.
The Loads.
Yuck.
You suck.
Why?
The Lord.
You don't want to tangle with the Lords, bub.
No, I guess not.
Yeah. That's right. Building a clubhouse. And you mess with the Lords, you'll have to deal with the consequences.
Silhouette of a boy sucking a dick on the back because of your colors.
Oh, the Lords.
That's terrific. All right. Well, the list continues. The New York songs. R.E.M. leaving New York. Anyone?
I don't know what that is.
All right. Number 12, Beastie Boys, An Open Letter to New York City. This got some play a couple years ago.
Did it?
You know what song I like about New York? AC/DC. Fucking, I Feel Safe in New York City.
Yeah, that ain't on the list, Jimmy.
Of course not.
Can we get a little taste of Beastie Boys, An Open Letter to New York City? You know this one.
Listen, all you New Yorkers.
It sucks.
What is this?
Beastie Boys.
Oh. Beastie Men.
You know what? It's taking so long. Stop it.
The Beastie older gentleman.
Stop it.
Give a shit.
Number 11, Sting, Englishman in New York.
Oh, I hated this song.
Why did you hate this?
Because it just sucks.
Let's see how the Englishman handles New York.
It's all prancy.
Such a pompous ass. Sting. Ugh. Like his music. Don't like him as a person. My dear.
This isn't that bad, though. A little boring, but not terrible.
Shut up. Who cares that you're an Englishman in New York? Go fuck yourself. Go tantric, fuck your wife for 10 hours and don't come. Dummy. Coming feels great. Just stick it in and come.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Dummy.
I remember him being a great fuck.
That's the best part of fucking is coming.
You know how many times you could come in 10 hours, you dummy?
Don't be stupid.
Right.
Let it loose.
New York is the only place where you don't know who. Everyone just blends in.
Yeah, who cares?
You're not sticking out in New York because you're an Englishman.
No.
I like the fact that you were going to say Englishman, but you said it like him. Because you're an Englishman.
Englishman. I'm an Englishman.
Number 10, top New York songs of all time. Rolling Stone really did not need to do this list just because Jay-Z has a hot song out there right now.
Word is bond.
Genesis, Back in New York City. This is very, very old school Genesis.
This is Genesis.
Would this be off the Lamb Lies Down on Broadway?
Whoa.
I don't know. I'm not really positive about it. Yeah, thumbs up for me. Thanks.
Don't know it.
I kind of remember this song. Because I was into early Genesis for a while. All right, number 9.
Kevin from Connecticut is asking if Jesse Jackson's Hightown made the list.
Hightown is on the list. I'll tell you what number it is. Did Jim Norton make it?
In New York. What?
Jim Norton got an honorable mention.
Did he?
Yes, he did. Do we have it?
Why?
Top New York songs of all time, according to Rolling Stone magazine.
Oh, I bet I know what this
Norton's
is.
got...
We're back! Back in the New York groove! We're back! Back in the New York groove! Welcome back to the Opie and Anthony Show! That's my favorite part.
I know.
You You should have continued that song.
Oh, no, it's the perfect length.
The beauty is Jimmy is playing the drums as he sings. Multitasking there.
You couldn't tell with the staccato vocals.
How did fucking Back in the New York Groove by Ace Frehley not make it?
How do you know it didn't make it?
You're right, but I'm assuming it
shit.
didn't. Because Rolling Stone magazine sucks a fucking... They suck a neat pile of dicks.
Wow. Stacked up like cordwood.
All right, you're right. It didn't make it. Number 9, Bruce Springsteen, making Roland very happy. New York City Serenade.
Stick to Jersey, you fuck.
What are you doing in fucking New York?
Yeah.
What is he singing about New York?
In the state that's next to Jersey. We get it.
Can you work Wendy into it?
Those bordering
I'm sure
states. Me and Wendy went to a Broadway show in New York, and we took the bridge because it's separated by water to get to Jersey, Wendy. Whoa, I'm not lying.
Why is this better than New York Groove? Fuck Rolling Stone and their fucking asses.
Shite. Down.
You think? Think it kicks in?
Down. In the suffering madness. That's what it sounds like. Okay, you self-serving popish shit.
Don't piss off Roland.
Bang.
This is a reader's list? Nothing worse than a reader's list. No, actually, reader's list better than a fucking Rolling Stone list.
That's the gangbang. Gladiator before she went to the gangbang.
How much do you fucking love John Valby?
When I was younger and in my prime, I used to gangbang all the time. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
He's such a pig.
I love it.
He is a fucking
No,
pig.
it's actually Ron who's the pig.
Yeah, you're right.
Ron writes a lot of that shit.
God damn. All right. How long does this go on? Who the fuck would listen to this?
Are you holding up 9 fingers? It's a 9-minute song?
Roland is an idiot
For liking this.
No, I was just saying.
Oh.
Oh, he likes this? Yeah, he's stupid for that, too.
I've never fucking heard this song in my life.
This is self-serving drivel. No one's playing this.
Please tell me he never sings. How great would that be?
Yeah, I don't sing in this song. People play piano, and I play guitar. Clarence plays the horn, and we just sit around and do self-serving shit that no listener would ever want to hear. Oh, there you go.
Fine.
Shit. I'm in my Cadillac, and we're driving down the Jersey Shore. Sitting low in the backseat.
Holy shit.
Yawn! Yawn! Oh. Into this tunnel of shit. It stinks.
All right, turn this off. The list continues. It only gets better, Ant.
But Rolling Stone just fucking stinks to a point that it's an enraging magazine. Blech.
I can't even think of good New York songs, but they figured they had to make a list.
I know exactly what's going to be on that list, and I want to know the order. Don't tell me, but New York State of Mind, Billy Joel will be on there.
All right.
New York will be on there. Empire State of Mind will be on there.
New York Groove won't be.
No. There's going to be some surprises. Number 8 is They Might Be Giants, New York City.
Care.
Number 7, The Strokes, New York City Cops. I don't like the Cops.
You know what, Anthony? You're not getting away with your remarks. Excuse my interruption.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What happened?
There's a very upset Bruce Springsteen fan.
Oh, shit. I bet you I was CC'd on that motherfucking email.
Tell Anthony.
Oh, fuck.
30,000 fans saw Bruce play this song while he and his Puerto Rican friends celebrated their Yankee victory.
Oh, really? That song?
That's apparently what was happening.
Played it live. 30,000 fans.
Had to sit through a 9-minute
Had to
piece
sit
of music?
through that fucking
no
shit?
fucking way.
No, I bet the vocals came in a little quicker than that. Roland.
How'd you know it was Roland?
Yeah.
Did he spell there wrong?
Yeah.
He didn't put the right form of there?
Listen, Roland.
It should be Their, Roland, not There.
Yeah. Great. God. And then they actually set a record for 30,000 people snoring at once. No? Okay. Sorry. Whew. Took a hit on that one.
I didn't hear what you said.
No.
I'm texting.
No, I'm not saying it again.
I heard record and I fucking bailed out.
Ooh,
was it a bad joke?
Oh, I don't know. That's just it. Oh.
Well, give it a shot. I actually didn't hear it.
Listen to the replay and chuckle in your car. If you find it.
Why would I listen to the replay?
I know.
Too busy acting out sexually with my fist. I'll be cum socking.
Yes. Well, let's all bring our cum socks in after we use them tomorrow and see who's his heaviest.
Hell, I'll do it if you do
Let's
it.
weigh them.
Hey, we're gonna do...
Let's see how much you can cum in your cum sock in one session, one night. From the time we leave here till tomorrow morning, weigh our cum socks. No cheating with lotion or anything. Just jerk it all fucking night, one after another, and see who's his heaviest.
That's a funny bit.
That is a good one. Let's see. We should do that. I'm into it. I like jerking off.
Number 6, New York songs. Let's get this fucking list out of the way. Don Henley, New York Minute. You remember that song, right, Ann?
No one remembers that song.
This was
I want mine to come in to look like a cake icing bubble they use at the cake stores. Oh, I've heard this.
This is going to break the 30,000 people snoring record.
You asshole. I knew you. You cunt. You're insufferable, Jim.
I wanted that one twice.
You still got me with it.
Do we need to hear this?
All of it.
All right.
Oh, look, this is like a little warmer thing. When you're out playing hockey in the Omen 2 and you're watching your friend die under the ice,
Yes.
you warm your hands up in your cocksock.
Those are called a muff. They call them a muff. Hey, look, it's Wiki. Ain't seen him in a while. Hi, Don Wiki Wicklin.
How about you and I, Don? Me and Wiki should share a cocksock and bump helmets in the middle.
Do some docking.
Doc with the cocksock.
Right.
Oh, I smell promotion.
Doc with
and
the
jizz.
That's right.
And ball sweat.
I've heard this.
Yeah.
Look at that, and perfect for cleaning up little mug marks on your desk.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, little splotches of water.
Oh,
I'm going to try to clean my phone with this.
yeah.
Fuck it, attaboy, Greg.
It's like a ShamWow for beating off.
Yeah, yes.
We're all just rubbing our cock socks.
No, I love it.
All right, enough of this dumb song. Don Henley, New York Minute there.
Yeah, in a minute.
And number 5, because the song's been out for 3 months, Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z.
Right.
How does a brand new
This is by
song
CSK.
make an all-time list? How does that happen?
Because Rolling Stone fucking blows.
Yeah, I'm out at Brooklyn. Now I'm down in Tribeca, right next to the Narrow. But I'll be hood forever. I'm the new Sinatra. And since I made it here, I can make it anywhere. Yeah, they love me everywhere. I used to cop in Harlem. All of my Dominicanos right there up on Broadway. Pulled me back to that McDonald's. Took it to my stash spot, 560 State Street. Catch me in the kitchen like a Simmons whipping pastry. Cruising down A Street, off-white Lexus. Driving so slow, but BK is from Texas. Me and
This is good. I mean, you know.
I don't mind it.
I don't want to have to concentrate so much when I listen to music.
Hey, where are the white women at?
I mean, you can see how a white girl can fall for him.
I can trip a referee. Tell by my attitude that I'm most definitely from.
If you get rid of all that rap crap and go with the Alicia Keys part, it's not a bad song, right?
I don't even mind
But
the
what
rap.
do we know? We're stupid white guys.
Will they? Do the New York streets make you feel brand new?
Hell fucking
no.
no.
They don't.
These streets beat the shit out of
I
you.
don't think about it. They're full of fucking gack and homeless people.
These streets wear you out and make you look older before your time.
You should know I bleed blue, but I ain't a crypto. But I got a gang of niggas walking with my.
Oh my God, he said niggas. Holy shit.
But we're not allowed to say that word. We're not allowed to say that word.
Cap, gypsy cap, dollar cap, holla back. For foreigners, it ain't fair. They act like they forgot how to act. had 8 million stories out there in the naked city. It's a pity half of y'all won't make it. Me, I got a plug special and I got it made. If Jeezy's paying LeBron, I'm paying Dwayne Wade. 3 dice CeeLo, 3-card Marley. Labor Day parade, rest in peace Bob Marley. Statue of Liberty, long live the World Trade, long live the King, yo. I'm from the Empire State. That's welcome to the bright light, man.
Send a toodly-doo. Toodly-doo. Toodly-doo, York. Toodly-doo, York.
Sorry, we had to shut that one off.
Yeah, no shit.
That's number 5 on the all-time New York
Coming in
song
at number
list.
5.
Number 4, U2, New York.
Yeah?
A couple albums ago, yes. Did a little song called New York. Then Nas is number 3 with NY State of Mind.
Motherfucking Nas did an NY State of Mind?
Yes.
Look. Could you just... Yeah.
Is he pissed at Jay-Z?
Nas.
Yeah, straight out the fucking dungeons of rap.
What? Where is that?
Don't make it back.
Toodly-doo, York.
Rappers are monkey flipping with the funky rhythm I be kicking. Musician, inflicting composition of pain. I'm like Scarface sniffing cocaine.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in the M16. See with the pen, I'm extreme. Now, bullet holes left in my peepholes. I'm suited up with street clothes. Hand me
It's not bad. Shooting and drugs and their fucking money and cars. Shut up.
Bill Maher had a fucking really good point one time about rap, though.
Did he?
Yes. I won't repeat it here. But he was saying how rappers are the only fucking guys in music left who are honest about their agenda. Oh, yeah? Like rockers have turned into such fruits. And they talk about guns and pussy, and that's just what they want to do.
I think that's just him placating. That's all he's doing. It's like, look at me complimenting the black man. I hate him. And his big fucking granite wall forehead.
Well,
his cliffs of Dover head. Fuck him.
All right, let's. I
don't know if there's any need
this
for
list
that.
is exhausting.
What else? My God, where are we?
Number 2, Ryan Adams, New York, New York. Which means Frank Sinatra did not make the list, Anthony.
But the song did?
No, this is just.
Oh.
Has the unfortunate same.
New York didn't make the list. No. It's a reader's poll, so.
And number 1 would be Billy Joel, New York State of Mind.
I'm in a
New York State of Mind.
New York
State of Mind.
State of Mind.
Oh, yeah, that part's good. And that's it for that.
Wow, who knew?
We're going to go back to, the David Hasselhoff audio is really good.
Yes, I want to hear him all
supposedly drunk
hammered.
at the MTV Europe Music Awards. And then we didn't do the Agassi or the Rihanna audio.
I want to hear drunk Hasselhoff.
We're going to do that after the break.
Yeah.
And then maybe at least get some Agassi, him talking about smoking the crystal meth and that weird fucking wig of his.
Yeah, huh?
And then maybe Rihanna getting every time.
Yeah. It used to fall off, and I told him you got to use glue.
Use the wig glue.
Yeah.
And he said, it still comes off when I play tennis. I said, how about a headband?
Yeah.
That was me. My idea.
Headband and some Elmer's glue. It'll never fall off again. One time I was doing jumping jacks, and the ceiling fan took it off. I had to get shorter lifts. And a smaller wig. It doubled my size.
Yeah, I went with a big wig and big lifts. Mistake. Bumping into ceiling fans.
Yeah.
And heaters and overhead valances.
People knew it was a wig because it was turquoise.
Turk? What?
Rooster. Like, many of you on Thanksgiving will have turkey as long as you don't have rooster.
Oh, shit. See me at Tribeca Film Festival. I love New York.
Yeah, I'm in a New York state of mind, but I guess you knew that.
Just the worst.
He's horrible.
Talking off the cuff. All right.
He should just shut his fucking face.
Yes.
Here's Agassi talking about the wig.
His image, he says now, was all a facade, including his hair.
False front.
It started to fall out when he was just 17.
So you know what I mean.
He got a hair weave. Terrified, people would learn the truth about his trademark mane.
What this could mean if people found out, or what does it really mean to my endorsement companies? What's it mean to my overall image? What's it mean to me? What's, you know, I was living a fraud. I mean, I was just living.
Was this Steve C?
How the fuck didn't we know it was a fucking
living a fraud?
How did we not know that was a hair weave?
No one did. Everyone just thought he had this wild mane of fucking hair and assumed it was real. You know what? He must have spent a tidy dime on that fucking shit because you couldn't tell.
You couldn't tell.
The night before, the unthinkable happened. His hairpiece literally fell apart in the shower, and Andre and his brother frantically put it in place with a slew of bobby pins.
Yeah. First time I ever really prayed for anything as it related to a result. I was praying not for the win, but for my hair to stay on.
Were you afraid it was just going to fly off?
Scared the heck out of me. I kept envisioning what this would be like if my hair just flew off and landed. Like, what would I do? Would I go over and kill it, or would I quickly put it back on? Would I take it home and name it? I don't. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't have a plan for what I was going to do, which is why I was trying to move less and less.
Because the last shot, it kind of you just sort of stood there.
Oh yeah, when the match was over, I had won.
Just because your hair had stayed on.
Because my hair had stayed on.
Jesus Christ.
So fucked up.
Holy shit, he's just standing there with the racket, still head.
Don't move.
Stay on. Please, hair.
I guess his father was one of those fucking dads, like the Great Santini or whatever, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his father built something called the Dragon. Listen to this.
It was really scary, especially to a 7-year-old.
Shooting tennis balls at 110 miles an hour at a 7-year-old boy.
110 miles an hour because my dad put a souped-up engine in.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
Shooting balls at the kid.
I hit the ball that hard back then.
He was a maniac.
He was a mad scientist as well.
Was it at that age you decided, I hate tennis?
It always came with a level of anxiety. It always came with a level of pressure. None of it really made sense to me. I don't ever remember really not hating it.
Did Brooke Shields know he didn't have hair?
I would hope so. She was fucking him.
I know, that's just it.
Let's get into the Brooke Shields.
Runs his fingers through his hair and just comes up with a fucking tribble.
Sounds like the guy never really
had the marriage end. Well, you know, I mean, she was a model, and 2 weeks later, she ran out of the house screaming with a handful of wig. He would shower and fucking hang it on the door like a hat. She'd fucking look at him like Pesci sleeping in JFK.
Yes. I heard he kept it on with marmalade.
Did I say that once?
No.
Okay, I might have.
I just wish you had.
It would kind of work.
Marmalade is wonderful.
It would kind of work. If you
marmalade helps it slip off. I tried it once on the set of 88 Minutes.
Really, Al?
Yeah. Put a little marmalade on my head. All the June bugs were nipping at my forehead.
Just see marmalade dripping down his forehead.
Yeah, I sneeze. I got marmalade in my eyes. Yeah, I couldn't do shots because of the fruit flies. All over the place. Yeah, marmalade. I tipped my wig to the Queen of England. A bunch of fruit flies landed on it. It was embarrassing. Yeah. Bobby De Niro and me having a fun interview. He said he crinkles the papers and makes funny New York remarks.
Holy shit, man.
Hey, give me my shoes. I mean stilts.
Yeah. Is this the match where he
I think
was
so.
afraid that
this is the 1990 U.S. Open final.
his wig was going to fall off?
Yeah, we're looking at some footage there.
He's not. He really isn't moving his head much. He could have dove for that one.
Yeah, he doesn't want to dive for nothing.
He dives, hits the wig and the ball over the net.
You know, they said that his hair was starting to fall out at 17.
Yeah.
After what his dad did to him at 7 years
no
old.
Shit.
No surprise there.
Probably
With the
falling out
fucking
then,
stress
yeah.
his dad gave him.
Did he win or lose this match?
He lost, huh?
Wow.
Because he was afraid of losing the wig.
Yeah, it looks like he's losing to Paco Moreno from Bad Boys. Yeah.
No, he's not running for the
He's not running for...
He is petrified that his
How
fucking
fake looking
hair,
is that wig?
Now it looks really fake.
Jesus, a fribble.
How great would it be if it just fell onto the court during the French Open?
That's a very believable wig. Looks like a mink stole. I love doing pajamas.
It's just so funny.
It's so much fun.
Wig.
Bunch of bobby pins. Bobby pins. I use them, so you better be careful or the raging bull. Shut up!
Oh, God.
You want to hear him talking about the crystal meth? We're into the Agassi audio.
Yeah.
We won't play all of it. It's a lot of tracks. Yeah. A little observation. Someone picked up on his feedback as well. I was thinking that he sounds a bit like Kevin Smith in this interview, if you listen closely. Yes.
According to his book, when his assistant asked him if he wanted to get high and offered him a white powder, an illegal, highly addictive drug called crystal meth, Andre says he was in such a bad way, he agreed.
My decision was, why not? Can't feel any worse. There was a sadness that came with it initially, followed by, the energy and a chemically induced reconnection to life. I was looking for anything to make me get off the couch, to make me, re-engage in life.
Did you think about the ramifications?
All right, we got to stop.
He's 6 inches taller.
Look, we got to stop. If you look at the video, his hair is fucking getting higher and higher on his head.
And it's not even just the top, like the sides are pulling up.
How did we not notice
How
this?
the fuck did we not know? That is so obviously a wig now because it's coming off of his head.
And by the way, the people around him, great secret keepers. They're better than altar boys.
Yeah.
Fucking,
didn't say a word.
Yeah, I meant to say they I fucked up.
But he has like a headband on, which is kind of keeping it on his head, but it's also making it like
moving
push
it
up.
Yeah, it's ready to snap like
It's
one of
kinda
those
pushing up.
Japanese
Right,
samurai guys with a little ponytail
Also,
on
he's
top
got
of
a
his
ponytail
head.
with his fake hair.
With his fake hair.
See, that's a good wig. You get that in the Jeff Foxworthy section.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
getting
And then
higher and
I remember
higher.
remember that he came in back one year and he just was shaved. He had a complete shaved head. And all I was thinking was, why would some guy who has a fucking huge head of hair like that shave it? Like, that's got to piss off bald people.
And you knew that you could see that he was bald too.
Yeah, what
even
the
though
fuck?
he shaved his head.
Yeah.
One time, did I tell you? I was doing a movie, funny story, and Bobby and I are on the set, and a big crow came down and took my wig.
I was going to be mad, but he made a little nest for his kids.
Bunch of little birds living in it.
Least I could do. Kept them alive when the mama's away. They licked the marmalade.
I don't know why marmalade is so great.
Marmalade.
It's always funny.
Re-engage in life.
Did you think about the ramifications?
Yes, very much
of
so.
that while you were doing it?
Of course not.
Whispering Katie.
How do you think about that? I knew what I was doing, but tennis wasn't a concern to me because I didn't care about tennis. My own body wasn't really that much of a concern to me because I didn't think that highly of myself.
Jesus, this guy had some
'Cause
fucking
he had
issues.
a wig.
Yeah.
This guy has a lot of fucking issues.
Do you
guy
know the
was a-
reaction that would have got if he would have won and just took the wig off and threw it and waved at everybody?
Wow.
Walked off?
The announcers just would have been like, oh my God.
Oh my God,
Oh my God. Oh my God, his hair came off, King. Oh, did you see that? I can't believe it.
How many times did you do crystal meth, you think?
It was a foggy time in my life for a lot of reasons. The simple answer is I don't know. I did it way too many.
Yeah, no one counts, Katie, you idiot.
No one knows how
Katie,
many
I
times.
wouldn't
Shut
be able
up.
to put a number on it. What I
Katie, you
can tell
dummy.
I did it for a good part of 1997, better part of the year, starting early in the year and ending deeper into the year. So it was way more than it should have been.
Wow.
Isn't one time way more than it should be?
What is that?
Look at his hair now. It's so obvious.
It's so fucking funny.
Everyone kept the secret, though.
Yeah.
Everyone.
The fucked up thing is, did he have to go that ridiculous?
That was
like
him.
maybe if he had a regular haircut, people would be like, I think he's got a wig. But since it's that crazy, I think he thought people would think no one would get a wig like
He's
that.
right.
Yeah.
What year was that picture? Like those fucking mullets?
That was around 1990.
Okay.
The year was of the mullet. Yeah, the mullet was in then.
A belly button.
Of course. Oh, you're smelling your...
Yeah.
It smell like a cum sock?
No, I fell asleep last night while getting my dick sucked.
Did you fall asleep? Yeah.
Apnea woke me. She was not happy. That's a tough one to explain. Yes.
Was she mad?
Not mad. Just
disappointed.
Yeah, how would you feel if you were putting your all into it, you're fucking, the other guy's dozing off?
I've had some fucking, like, drunken, tired sex and just kind of, like, gone to sleep in the middle of it. And it's not like, you know, the girl was fucking happy and peppy and ready to go either.
And bursting with love.
Yeah, she was already asleep, so you figured, what the hell, it's time for me to fall asleep.
Roofie was still doing its job.
Right.
Its humble, noble job, I mean.
I was on a date with this British girl who was very funny, Ruth. I dated her back in like 2000 or 99. No, not
Ruth Boyle, sister.
Gordon. And she was just really funny because she was yawning. I'm like, "Are you tired?" She went, "No, you're boring."
Whoa,
but she was
so
joking. We were already fucking, but she really made me laugh.
No, you're boring.
And then I'd park the Saturn and put her head under the steering wheel. That was the girl who used to be like, "I want you to bite me," and I'd bite her back. She liked to be bit. I would mark her back up and force feed her my cock. Like literally, I would trap her head and fuck her throat. And bite her and fucking. She was so into being fucking dominated.
What a dirty girl.
She was great. I want you to bite me.
So fucking filthy.
I want you to make me suck it. She was really fucking hot. What a sopping wet pussy too.
Really? Yeah. Sopping?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There was one time I had too much gravy on the plate, and I'm like, dip your cunt on that, and she did. I ate my gravy.
When are you going to be on Leno, by the way, Jimmy?
It looks like
people want to know.
I'm doing some panel, probably a week after. Their schedule's been mixed up because they may be doing something.
Get the fuck out of here. Can we talk about that after the break? Danny just popped up a picture that just made us all... don't say anything. Don't say anything.
I just want to say it looks like 3 bad Photoshops.
Right. Just say that.
Nice hair, Dick.
Keep them guessing, because...
God damn.
Wow, we all just reacted to that shot immediately, Danny. We'll talk about that picture next. Opie and Anthony, stay there. Holy shit.
All right, so are you ready to take a little break here now? Fuck you! Knock now! Who's there? I said knock now! Who's there? Ivan! Ivan idea. Let's get some of the waitresses and have a gangbang. Seymour, your mother. Go to the gang. Knock now. He said knock now. Rob loaded up his camcorder and headed for the gang. He was younger, and in his prime, he used to gangbang all the time. Knock now! Who's there? I said knock now! Who's there? Brooke Shields. Brooke Shields who? Brooke Shields, her eyebrows when I come on her face at the gangbang. Now the gangbang gives her something to thrill when she was younger, in her prime, she used to gangbang all the time. Knock now! Who's there? I said knock now! Who's there? Olive oil! Olive oiled up her pussy and Popeye popped her at the gang. The gangbang gives him such a thrill. He was younger in his prime. He used to gangbang all the knock now! Who's there? Michael Jackson! Michael Jackson who? Michael Jackson, Jackson, he still can't get it up for the gang. The gangbang gives him such a thrill. He was younger, in his prime. He used to gangbang all the time. Knock now! Who's there? Elmer Fudd! Oh, you want Elmer Fudd here? Okay. Knock now! Who's there? Dwayne, my scrotum Dwight at the gang. How about knock now? Who's there? nachos. Cheese nachos. She's mine, and I'm going to bring her to the gangbang. What do you sell? Fucking cheese nachos, you fucking Mexican dirtbag? Budweiser. Why is your twat all stretched out? And you've been taking her to the gangbang. Well, the gangbang is... You're younger and you're bright. I used to gangbang all the time. One of my favorites. Knock, knock! Who's there? Ben-Hur. Ben-Hur. Ben-Hur over the chair, slap her tits, and we'll have a gangbang. Cause a gangbang gives me such a thrill when I was younger. Am I right? Oh, how many Catholics we got here tonight? Knock, knock! Pope John Paul II. Pope John Paul II, the bishops leave the room, you're headed for the gangbang. Cause the gangbang gives you such a thrill when you were younger and you're bright. They used to gangbang all the time. Knock, knock! Who's there? I said knock, knock! Who's there? Gladiator! Gladiator before the gangbang. Cause they pumped her full of lots of jizz when she was younger in her prime. She used to gangbang all by one more here. Knock, knock! I said knock, knock! Emerson! Emerson, nice tits, bitch! You want a gangbang? Been a long time since you had a screw when you were younger in your prime. They used to gangbang all the
All right, so what was that picture before the break? There it is. Wow. Should we just give it away, I guess?
Yeah, that's...
World's smallest mother to risk giving birth for third time.
That's a freak.
I guess she's like 2 feet, 4 inches tall. She's 2 feet, 4 inches tall, so she's had 2 kids already? So where's the risk? She knows she could do this, right?
Yeah, I guess so, but it was probably very high risk, but
she can't... She's got a... what looks like a normal-sized pregnant belly. With little legs. Like, there's no way she could walk around like that.
No. It's the pregnant belly is
dragging on the ground.
Just about the size of her without her legs.
Yeah.
Her legs kind of
if she rolled up into
around it.
If she rolled up into a ball, she could be inside her own fucking pregnant belly.
Yeah,
basically.
It's just
she's like a water bug.
It's so fucking creepy.
Yeah, water bug, exactly.
She's all belly.
Dude, she's so weird looking.
Which, fuck that.
That kid, I know now, the kid's actually hanging out. He's got his fucking feet hanging off the couch. Hanging, I say hanging twice.
What the hell? I guess that love is a strange thing, man.
Well, you know, let's see what the husband is.
He's a normal
Looks like Ricky Gervais. He's a regular guy.
He's a normal size dude. She's giving birth to her own freak show.
Her little feet.
Her own sideshow.
But the kid, all right. The
one
kid on the left doesn't look the right.
No, the
kid on the left doesn't look right. The kid on the right doesn't look.
The kid on the right is normal size. The kid on the left is definitely...
Look how Uncle Paul is holding it, though.
The kid on the left looks like a Eraserhead.
The Eraserhead baby.
That is the worst picture to give to the fucking AP. Yeah, it looks like he's diddling his own daughter.
Diddling.
There's 2 fingers right in her crotch.
Yeah. That's why she's yelling, yay. That's what they play. They play football. She's yelling touchdown, Dad.
It's the Hargis family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for the 2 points.
What do we know about this couple?
Come on, meet you by the cat box.
Gassed?
Look, he holds her.
Why?
Why?
They just
No
in love.
reason.
Why gash them? Like, wouldn't you feel bad as they were trying to cover their mouths and dying? You'd be like, she's just short.
Why do I have her being gassed?
Yeah, why am I dropping more poison in?
Oh, she's got a big SpongeBob shirt. She's pregnant.
Apparently, she's. I mean, her doctors are telling her not to have these kids because the baby can grow so large inside that it'll actually crush her organs. So what they're doing is they're actually going in and taking the kid out after, like 24 weeks or something.
Yeah, it's going to be like fucking preemie.
Right. Yeah. He's carrying her around. I don't know.
Yeah, a husband that carries the wife around like that.
What's up with the guy?
Yeah, what's going on with that?
What's up with the guy? Because he looks. How tall is he? They say
he's 5'9".
5'9", and she's 2'4",
and she's only 35, which you can't tell from these pictures.
No, how would you tell? She could be fucking 20 or 60.
I was going to say she could either be 8 or 35.
It doesn't matter.
How do you know?
Oh, look at her feet are curled up. Those are. What are they?
You got to Google this woman.
She's ridiculous.
Oh, she just wants to fit in.
Just put yuck in the search engine.
She just wants to.
Her name is Stacey Harold.
She's pregnant up to her throat.
Yeah.
It seems to be the problem.
Yeah, where's her boobs?
Everything's gone. It all stretched out like a belly button. You know how a belly button disappears? Her boobs disappear.
Everything is gone.
Her fucking throat. And then there he is, carrying her around.
Could you put me down on the bowl? I got roids.
Oh, God. Drags himself around like a dog on the carpet with an itchy asshole.
You're very harsh in your descriptions of this little lady.
I can't.
It kind of makes you angry, though. It kind of makes you angry.
Shouldn't we have weeded that shit out by now?
She has little teeny legs.
No, she's like...
He fucked her.
They're saying she's like the shortest woman in America or something.
What's the big syringe next to her in that picture? Filled up with pink shit. Look. Look.
Oh, wow. We're all trying to think of something.
Oh, no kidding.
It's a pen.
Trying to think of something horrific.
There's something really tiny that looks real big.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I went with pen.
Yeah, well.
It's probably filled with poison, and the husband just kind of...
leaves it around with a warning.
Leaves it around.
I'm going to go out fucking.
Hoping that she'll do the right thing.
Oh, I see. I thought the husband was threatening her at every turn.
Nah, he just kind of lays it around. Keeps laying around.
Boy.
All right, I don't know what to do. It's
like a bowling ball.
So look it up.
Bag.
Look it up for yourself and make your own fucking jokes.
Yeah, have fun.
Have fun with this picture. I guess is it a feel-good story, I guess?
Well.
Is this Oprah worthy or not?
Until they cut her open and fucking pull that little fucking monstrosity out of her.
Definitely Maury worthy.
Yeah, it's definitely Maury worthy. We know that much.
You are beautiful. Let me tell you. Congratulations.
They could hide her in some...
Bring out your pretty family.
Put her in a file cabinet somewhere.
Yeah, we have our next guest in a file cabinet. She's pregnant. Let's bring her out. Come here, Stacy, you little fucking freak. Now, Stacy, everybody, is pregnant. That's right. Give her a big hand. She's going to have birth to another little monster like herself.
Dogman says that it's a pedo loophole.
Is it?
Well, what do you think? 5'9"?
She doesn't look like a kid.
Well,
she looks like a monster. A little freakish thing.
Yeah. She's cool hairdo, though. Oh. She's hair like Tom Petty.
She does. She just walk around on her hands and feet with her belly rubbing until it rubs a hole through, and that's when the kid needs to be born. just wear away the surface of her belly.
It's all violence. It's unnecessary violence.
I don't like her.
I know.
She frightens me.
Why?
And I hate things I'm frightened of.
I just want to look at her and go, look at the roly-poly lady! And then cut a nice juicy fart right in her face.
All right.
All right. Whatever. I don't know what to do with that. We got David Hasselhoff audio to end today's show.
Hasselhoff.
I guess they're saying he might have been drunk at the MTV Europe Music Award.
Now, usually when they say a celebrity is drunk and they have audio and or video, they are, and you can tell.
Well, let's find out for ourselves.
Yes.
We'll make the judgment call.
Now, I'm no historian, but I'm pretty sure this next guy was single-handedly responsible for the fall of the Berlin Wall. It's David Hasselhoff.
I've been looking for freedom.
Oh, no, he's singing to his song.
Yo! Wow. 20 years, huh? All this club.
What? All this cloud?
I am not responsible for the wall coming down. The East Germans are responsible.
Hold on. He is annihilated.
He's fucked up.
Wow.
Why? Just because he's answering that question literally? That asshole?
Look, I didn't bring it down. And I'm not responsible for the moon landing.
My breath brought it down.
I'm responsible for eating a burger drunk on the floor. There he is.
We gotta go backwards. Stephen S. for Bayshore writes, she's shaped like Miss Pac-Man, except much less adorable.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
All right, let's back this David Hasselhoff on it.
I am not responsible for the wall coming down. The East Germans are responsible for the wall coming down. They are responsible for the wall coming down because they believed in freedom.
Shut up.
And they never gave up. Hi. Wie geht's? Good? Wie geht's? Good? Alles klar. Tonight, I'm here to represent the Best Rock Award. Now, the nominees are...
Holy crap.
He's snotted drunk.
The fucking guard in Caligula was more sober.
Yes.
Yes. This man's been drinking. Why is Howie Mandel crying on Maury?
What, for real?
That's good.
God, you got me so mad.
Cheating with his stepdaughter. Family sex secrets exposed.
Oh, that's Bill.
Oh, you see him a lot. Wow, Jimmy. Holy shit. Thank God.
Anthony's breathing fresh air through his cocksock.
I'm breathing through my cocksock like Snuffleupagus.
I used that cocksock, though.
No, you didn't.
I sure
That
did.
would have been very fast.
It's fun to talk
Great.
Let's all talk.
It's a cum sock, fellas.
Yeah, let's all talk through our cum sock.
Yay, cum sock.
Yay.
Yay.
Now, I think David Hasselhoff has a severe problem there.
Where was that taping?
Yeah, where was it? Europe?
Europe somewhere.
Can we turn this into Cocksock Tuesday?
Well, it's Tubes Day. Remember Tubes Day?
I remember Tubes Day. Hey, we did that once where we talked through tubes on Tubes Jimmy, Day. Why aren't you doing this anymore?
Because I just remembered the day of the week stuff from K-Rock, and I got physically ill. I couldn't even joke anymore.
That is true. Oh, my God. We take that one a little far.
I almost lost my tuna fish.
Killed 2 months. We got more Hasselhoff. A little bit more, a little bit.
Okay, I guess it's back to me. Oh, like, did not we know the winner is Green Day?
Not we know.
He is snotted drunk. I know what that sounds like.
He seems to be a raging alcoholic.
Recordings of myself.
He seems to be. Nah, you can't tell with you, though. That's the weird thing.
That's
With
right.
this David Hasselhoff, you could tell.
Stop drinking.
Oh, here's the...
Tell me right now, or I'm not going to talk to you ever again. And I will totally disown you because it's not fair to your family, what you're doing.
Kid is so sensible.
Tell me right now.
Eating a burger off the floor.
Tell me.
One of the best clips ever. You know,
You're not going to stop, are you?
I'll be fine.
Tell me you're going to stop.
I'll be fine.
Tell me you're going to stop. Tell me you're going to stop.
Poor kid.
I'm going to stop.
Promise?
No.
Yes?
Huh?
Good. That's what I like to hear.
Promise you'll be nicer to Opie and Jimmy.
Why are you doing this to yourself?
Because I was a night rider.
Huh?
And now I got nothing.
But it's just gonna... So what? You have me. You have Haley.
Said it's lonely.
Shut. Fuck you. You don't want good in your life.
What?
Oh my God.
I don't feel alive.
Yes, you do.
Steve Boy.
Bullshit.
What do you mean? What do you expect me to do? Come up here on the
Lions gay sucks his dick.
I just want to smoke at 5 to 6 in front of the building.
Every weekend, I don't have to say, "Here, come up here." There's nothing I can do. I changed my schedule around because of you. Don't tell me I don't give a shit.
My name's Marky. I'm you.
Twilight Zone reference
right now.
from a long time ago.
And do you know why? Because you drank. And tomorrow morning you're going to regret everything that you've ever told me. And you're going to feel horrible.
I don't have you.
What do you mean you don't have me?
I don't have you.
Of course you have me.
No, I don't.
What do you mean? You live in Las Vegas. You expect me to be up here every day? You're throwing your life away by drinking. I don't know why you are. Stupid.
Huh?
Do you like people taking care of you? Because you're sitting on the floor eating a Wendy's. You should be running around
I have
going out.
you on hotel. I have him.
What? It's not even making sense.
Wendy's looks good, though.
Yeah. A big kahuna burger? You mind if I have some of this vodka to wash it down with? That is some tasty bourbon. He's exhausted, drunk.
Oh, yeah. Going back to the burger.
Off the floor.
God, that burger looks good.
Off his fucking carpet.
Like, there's not even a bun anymore. He's just picking up like patty
he's
meat.
just picking up
Shoes.
meat and lettuce and shoes. Eating his shoe.
That's it, all right.
That is it, all right. Wow. Fucking gone.
Amazing.
The kid's making all kinds of sense. Boy, that ain't the first time that kid's spoken to him drunk, huh?
She's
you get
used
like
to it.
this drunk dialogue thing that goes along with the
She's
people
used
where
to
you're
it.
able to just
It's
go,
obvious.
yeah, hey, by the way, remember?
Yeah.
When you said, do you remember? Hey, remember when you said you wasn't going to drink no more? Wow.
Well, I think that's...
How did that not fucking, like, finish him? How come the phone call with Baldwin there, Alec Baldwin?
That messed him up for a while.
Did
He was
it
suicidal.
really, though?
He was suicidal, he said.
Yeah.
Oh, did that fix it?
I didn't
think-
kill himself. He was
yeah,
so
it didn't-
depressed.
All right.
It didn't
That
really wreck
did it
his
then.
career or anything.
No, I mean, he wound up getting work after that. He was doing nothing, and then he winds up getting the fucking stupid talent show. Bullshit.
Oh, you mean David Hasselhoff?
Yeah, Hasselhoff was doing nothing when that came
He's
out.
a lunatic on America's Got Talent. He does an all right job.
I think he got the job because of that fucking clip.
Could be.
Like, this guy's crazy. We want him. We want him
be.
on here. He's controversial, i.e. a go-getter. Hans Booby.
Should we call it a day?
Booby.
Yeah, let's call it a day.
I think we're going to call it.
It's a day.
Yep.
Ant, you're one to talk. I've never been like that, my friend. I have never been Hasselhoff drunk. I would pass out first. I'm either, hey, I'm having a great time, I'm drinking, this is fun, or I'm passed out. There's no in-between big drunken Anthony, like, babble. Well, it's drunken babble, yes, but it's usually in the confines of the bar downstairs, and it's just between me and Danny. Drunken babble about
Or
future
live stream.
plans and things. Yeah. Or, people online.
Special conversations.
You know, Dan, one of these days...
I couldn't even
we're
tell you
just
if there's
gonna-
been one of those because I wouldn't remember.
We're just fucking, it just takes one good invention of something.
Really?
And I think we got a great idea here. And then you wake up and go, what the fuck are we talking about? I don't remember. What was it? What was the invention? I don't know. It's a shoehorn
Cum
fucking...
socks, remember?
Cum sock.
Yeah.
What is...
Why
she's
is
not
Wendy
really
Williams
crying.
crying?
She's not, no, they're laughing.
Oh, that's the Radio Hall of Fame
She's
thing.
acting.
Fuck, I got to go to that thing Thursday. Not for us, obviously, but for Brother Weeze. I'm going to run into her on Thursday.
Are you? Don't literally run into her.
Where the
You'll-
fuck is
you'll
this
hurt
Radio Hall
yourself.
of Fame thing?
It's actually in Schenectady.
Oh,
Where is it?
I got to take a fucking train then, huh?
Yeah, I just made that up, Greg. I don't know where it is.
I don't know where it is either.
Yeah.
I got to go to that.
You want to carry a bunch of apples in my wig? Good for a bushel. Put a chin strap around it.
Why would you cry
really is.
to be inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame?
Stop.
Would you cry it?
Stop. No. I'd laugh in their face. Ha hardy har. I bamboozled you all. I tell dick jokes. I'll never be in the Radio Hall of Fame. You know it.
I don't think it's one of those things to cry over.
How did Wendy Williams get in? She's
good on the radio.
Nah, but she's been a fucking shock jock fucking bitch on the radio. Her talk show's different.
And she hasn't been around long enough.
Yay! And she's... Oh. You allow that?
We're just watching TV now. All right, guys.
Been shot.
Oh, can I,
Yeah, go, Jimmy. Go, Jimmy, go.
I keep forgetting to plug Chicopee the night after Thanksgiving in Boston, 2 nights after. And I have the Stress Factory the night before Thanksgiving. And it's November 25th. And it's 732-545-4242.
But the club's on fire.
Yes. 732-545-HA-HA. Chicopee in Boston the nights after.
All right. With that, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna just talk. So Travis doesn't know when to hit the thing because he doesn't know what to do. See you tomorrow.
That wasn't good enough.
Wasn't it?
And go.
And
right here would be good.
Remember,
right here would be
Modern Warfare 2. I'll be on there tonight on Xbox. Noodles 61. Come fucking play me, motherfucker.
Here's how you do it.
Come kill me.
Go ahead, Jimmy. Take us out.
Please help us. Help us. Get us out of here, Jimmy.
Putting his headphones on.
Dogs fucking suck. There's nothing I hate more than a little shitty terrier. Every time I see one of those, I just want to kick it in the face. It's amazing the lack of comedic timing some people have.
I know. Why didn't he just...
That was it.
That was it. You hit it like pow right after he would have said face.
No, as soon as I said dogs suck.
Oh.
As soon as I said something inappropriate about dogs, that should have been the keyword for fucking...
And then, if he had any sense of humor and a little bit of balls, he should have just cut us off talking right in the middle and just hit it. So that we're just, the show ends all awkwardly. But he's got nothing.
It's amazing.
With stuff like that, it's like you want to see what's going to happen next, like after that. Like, well, if you leave him hanging, then what are they going to do?
Hold on, let me jump in and fucking codependent explaining his wife's behavior. Wrong. It's not why he's doing it. He's just afraid of hitting it at the wrong time.
He really is. Come on,
that's not true at all.
Shirt.
Stop bellowing.
Danny has a
What are you waiting for the timer to fucking
and
hit?
I am waiting
so
to
you can
see
hit the button, Dharma initially.